what they did here? I ain't ever gonna shake this. Hey, I mean, if you need it, okay. If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something. If you need to go, I'll wait outside. Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens here. I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare. Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant. You're not a big drinker, are you? I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean. I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside. Everyone's staring. Can we go? I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident. I hate you, vending machine. The date on that last entry. Dad wrote it just before he died. They say the Vale was a big, bustling settlement. Company had high hopes for this place. Of course, that was before they built the walls and moved everyone inside. Dad told me this place was abandoned before I was born. Long as I can remember, we've been losing people. I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. He ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart. I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I love the wind here. Oh, wow. If I'd been able to get out here, I so would have stripped this for parts. Not today. Just helping this fella. Not today. Just helping this lady. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self. When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I always wanted to poke around in here. Oh, you can see the whole world from here. Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. Doesn't sound right. Too much clank, not enough clink. Now listen, Clancy, if you get busted again in a week, Mr. Reed'll make that face. If people look at me funny, that's just 'cause they don't hear you like I do. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical. Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism. Yeah, but Bess... the cannery cooks in sealed cans. Exact time, exact temperature. There's no controls for that. I'd have to dig into her guts, rig all manner of bypasses. I reckon not. I'll get back to work on that busted loader. It's my... Yes, Mr. Thompson. She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with... well, not fish. The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you. Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you. Hi, Miss McDevitt. Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here. He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome. I'm all right. I ain't so fragile. Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there? Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross. I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken. I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise. Absolutely. I'll keep my hands in my pockets. Hold on. Just a... Shh. We don't leave town much anymore. When I was little, I used to wander all over. I fix busted stuff. I got wrenches over there, diagnostics yonder, a big power lift in the floor. Shh. You hear that? Yes. You know what that is? One of the e-motor pinions stripped a gear. I just spent 2 days realigning the magnetic drivers, now this. There's a ting-ting-kashik noise. Repeats every 6 seconds. Seriously? No one ever hears the things I do, not even my... Sorry, did you need something? If I don't replace it, it'll bust in... Sounds like 96 hours? Maybe 97? Mr. Thompson's gonna be mad at me again. Either because I take the time to fix it now, or because it breaks again later. One of the Be serious. Huh. Weird. I'm sorry, I just get wrapped up in things. Sorry. Oh, you know, wild canids and marauder gangs, lava flows and crashing ships. We should be fine together, though. Hey, mister. Need something fixed? Hey, ma'am. Need something fixed? What? No, that would be, never. Who would, yeah. Well, he looks like a Clancy. He's got a mustache, see? Or a grill where a mustache should be. And Clancy is the sort of name you have when you've got a mustache. Yeah, that's what near everyone says around here. Sorry. Oh, I could show you the pneumatic press if you want. Sometimes I use it to smoosh cans of cell tuna. Don't tell Mr. Thompson that. Aside from keeping the cannery running, I fix most anything that's got busted. Oh, gosh, no. I fix everything that gets broke around the Vale. Oh, I've got too much work for such. Most things hereabouts are held together with engine tape and good intent. Anyhow, everything in town is property of Spacer's Choice. If Mr. Thompson caught me using it for a personal project, he'd fire me. Loaders, computers, doors. One time, I got to work on a freighter with a bad thruster block. Sir, I've been doing my best. Honest. Mr. Thompson wouldn't look kindly on us talking. Maybe if you did that job for him. Oh, did you want my help after all? Maybe? What happened at the thermal plant? I was working on Clancy, on the loader here, and everything shut down. Oh, hey. I guess you sent power to Edgewater, like Mr. Thompson wanted, but words got around that Mr. Thompson was killed. I had problems on account of how he never understood me, but I never wished him ill. Guess you're gonna leave now, huh? Fix your ship and fly off. Maybe some night the falling star we wish on will be you. Only with every part of my body! Was that rude? Abso-surely! I'll pack us a meal and... I'm ready to go. Now. Let's go. Yay! I was hoping you'd come back someday. Things haven't been the same since... well, you know. The folks from the camp invited me a few times, but... my dad's stuff is here. If we could all just get along, maybe things wouldn't have got so bad. I keep trying to work on something to calm down, but... half my stuff doesn't work. Oh, gosh. I didn't want anybody to lose their power. I knew folks on both sides. Mr. Thompson must be beside himself. We got no lights to see, no heat to cook, no comms to call for help. If marauders come, what'll we do? Fighting? Gosh, no. I fix things. And I make them work better than they were built to. I know the Vale as good as anyone. And, I'm good at opening things that don't want to be. So long as the machine of the cannery runs, the machinery of life runs. It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better. Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it. My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. Oh, sure. I mean, you got your own business and all, so I'm sure you... Sorry. I'll just be in my garage, fixing stuff. Like I do. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir, he tries real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good. Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set. Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to. Oh, yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by. Take your time. You need help, just give a yell. Metaphorical yell. If you yell for reals, you're liable to spook him. I don't reckon Jeremy understands the concept of trade. Be more careful out there, Jeremy! That's not bad work, mister. You done this before? That's not bad work, ma'am. You done this before? Ooh, ow, could you not? I mean, it's a mechanical, sure, but that just seems mean. On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard. Surely. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Things going all right, Silas? My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks. Are things safe out here? How are you keeping? Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery. Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here. Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here. I'm glad we could help, Thomas. You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't. It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry, I'm 28. What? I thought you would talk to him. The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left. Could you maybe stop talking about me like I'm some kind of weird bug? But... sorry, I don't mean to... I mean, if we cut their power, they won't have any protection from marauders. We've got a wall, at least. Miss McDevitt's been digging up the graveyard. She uses our dead to sweeten the earth and grow vegetables. He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's gotta sleep. Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the fuzzies that grow on rocks, but we don't eat none of that. I'm not sure what the right and wrong of it is, sir. But leaving the deserters with neither walls nor lights would have left them to the mercy of marauders. Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me. This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it. Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar. I'm still a bit shaken, Vicar. I appreciate you asking after me, though. You've always offered a helping hand to those that need counseling. Where you been living, Captain? Under a rock? Miss Sophia's gotta be the second most important person in the entire colony. I don't reckon that's quite what Mr. Udom meant, Captain. She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not June Lay's. But she's not... She's real good at her job, Captain. Captain? I mean, yes, Captain. She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not June Lay's. You might not want to say that too loud, Captain. Even around here. The Captain's a big deal like that. Aren't you, Captain? Oh, Captain, be nice. To give away something so important to you, there must have been some curious reasons. On second thought, maybe you should be mean to him just the littlest bit. Oh, gosh. That's quite a goof, sir. If you don't mind me saying. That was you? Oh, my stars. All my colonists is just... well, it gave me a story hangover for days, Mr. Udom. Oh, it's all right, Mr. Udom. I don't judge. I guess it's better than losing your organs, but... I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right. I'm glad we could do right by that lady, Captain. Real glad. Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess. And your mustache looks like a mantipillar left droppings on your face. That's Chief Tennyson. You think the bigwigs in Byzantium sent you thousands of miles away just 'cause they like you so much? I'll bet they were trying to get rid of you. I just don't like this walk-in mustache speaking rude of her is all. Not after all she's given up for the station. But I suppose you're right. Well, I liked it fine enough. If you did, that'd be good, actually. They could use the help. Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay. You think he means it? I think you might have got your words mixed up again, Captain. Does Felix cause trouble a lot, ma'am? That's mighty generous of you, ma'am. We won't take too much of your time, honest. You've got an engineer flying this ship, ma'am? Wow. I'd sure like to meet her. Could be it was automated. Mr. Thompson used to automate the intercom in Edgewater to say all sorts of things. A bit saved is worth two in the bush was his favorite. Never did figure out what he meant. Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually. I don't know, ma'am. She seemed pretty neat to me. What? What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure that's entirely legal. What's the scrubby brush for? We didn't have anything rose-ish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real pretty, though. I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful. Captain? Like grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you mean? Well, that's a smell means we're really going places. Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks. I guess you could eeny-miny-moe it. Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you. At least she's polite about it. She's a good ship, ma'am. Mostly doesn't act up at all. Well, I thought it was neat. Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard in high summer, so guess I can't complain. Ma'am, I don't mean to be a bother, but what's Miss Chief Junlei like? If you don't mind me asking, I mean. All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance. How about we just say we're trying to do good? Sorry. He's funny. I thought that was real good, Felix. You got a crew now, Felix. Don't mind our captain. He's a little distractible-like. Probably just needs a nap. Don't mind our captain. She's a little distractible-like. Probably just needs a nap. Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding. That doesn't sound right to me, Captain. Honest, he's like this all the time. Honest, she's like this all the time. What's she like? Is she a good boss? No reason. Don't you trouble yourself over it, Captain. This doesn't feel at all right, Captain. I'm not sure we should go telling folks we had anything to do with this. You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger? I don't want to find out. You don't even want to know why for? How big we talking? Not like groundbreaker big, right? Just like in the serials. I ain't worried if you aren't, Captain. Honest, that'll put the whole system in a right dire situation. Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading. Oh, it's okay. We've got Steve. My wrench. Steve, it might be your thermal control system's busted. That can happen if it's not tended to from time to time. Miss Junlei seems real on top of things. I'm sure she'll get it fixed up proper. A closed system, you mean? So she's real serious then? The chief? Yeah? What makes you say that? Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated. Is this a nice man, a friend of yours, Felix? That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here. Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key from the lady? Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend. Rizzos wouldn't know innovation if it bit him on their backsides. You're a natural inventor, Mr. McRed. Don't let him get you down. She was real strong like that, but her quiet masked a lot of worry. For her ship, for her engineers, for everyone. She cared so much. I'll use my speediest wrench, promise. I could explain that for you later, Captain. I mean, the general principle. Not like these particular radiators. Okay, I've decided I really love hearing you call me that, so keep doing it. Hi. I'm okay. Thanks. Thanks. But that wouldn't be... The captain did get me out of Edgewater and all. Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such. How much can you lift? I mean, if you don't mind me asking. You've got really big arms, and I thought maybe... sorry. What? No, I didn't mean to. I just thought... She looks real athletic, is all. Nope, sorry. I was wondering about it, is all. Wait, what? I didn't think you just... I was just thinking... I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe? I am, Captain. Happier than I ever been, really. Plus, I'm in space. Oh, Law, I don't... I'm sorry, but couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain. Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer. Force of habit, I guess. Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. They must have been amazing people. To have taught you all you know, I mean. Which is a lot. Hey, that's better than half. Could be worse. It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir? It's a good thing she didn't say that then, right? Right, sir? Honest, sir, us flying it's kind of an accident. We didn't come by it dishonest-like. Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun. You're real good at it, too. The board wouldn't do that. Would they? But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble. They must have a real big bee in their bonnets, then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time. Sure did. And now we're in space! No kidding. I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way. Felix, your apps are surely not gonna believe this. Oh my gosh, Felix, you got to hear this. You remember that spin-off series about the mass marketeer? Halcyon Helen's coming on for a special romance arc! Ah! What if they hold hands? Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Yang Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that toss baller! Oh, no fooling? I'm gonna have to catch that one for myself. Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime? Okay. So I was watching this program. You know Princess of Hephaestus? That late show about the freedom fighter with a pure heart and a mean right hook? She finally kissed her sweetheart, Miss Yuko. Oh gosh, I wish you'd waited for me. I wanted to see that too. Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident? I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt. Ah! Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome. If you're cold, then I'm the void of space. Cold. Pfft, that's the silliest thing I ever heard. Captain, no spine. What about your mama? I don't mean to pry, you just hardly mention her, and I've been wondering. We'll get the kitchen back to you soonish, promise. You're a real looky-loo, huh, mister? You're a real looky-loo, huh, ma'am? Isn't this swell? I'm having the best time. Look at me. All dressed up for once. June called me pretty. Have at it, then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the canner. He was probably half as tall as I was. Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I'd get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way. Sounds like he was afraid of him. Must be you got that exacting nature from her. Oh, Captain! Just doing some routine maintenance on our automech, friend. Don't mind me. They think you don't hear it, that you don't feel it. But I know better. I just wish you could stick up for yourself. Oh boy, look at you. What a mess. You never had no one to take care of you, huh? Well, don't fret. I'll be your minder now. Evening, Captain. Or is it afternoon? I don't know how long I've been up here. We got a lot in common, you and me. Both operating just a teensy bit outside of the manufacturer's expected parameters, huh? Come to see Sam? That was sweet of ya. Here, I was just leaving. I don't know that you should be listening to those serials with Felix. They're gonna give you funny ideas about human-mechanical relationships that I ain't want to explain. What did I tell you about stealing? Oh, hey, Captain. Vicar and his sermons. You ever think about the plan, Sam? Nah, of course you don't. Hey, where'd you get this page of scripture from? Oh, what do you got there? Is that a scrap of Ellie's jacket in your mitts, Sam? Now don't move, you got a little bit of sick in your tread. There, spick and span. Next time you find Yoka fixin' to barf, you come get me. I'll make sure she hits the can. So my dad, he told me, don't you let that boy push you around. So I hit him with my wrench, right? Ooh, Dad was mad. Guess he wanted me to use my words. Not that I ever been good with those. He grounded me for a week. You wanna know a secret, Sam? It was worth it. Those board goons kidnapped Mr. Phineas and hauled him away to Tartarus. How are we gonna get him out? Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out. Miss Akande needs our help. I guess we should go. For the good of the colony? But what if it's a trick and she means to get rid of us for good? It's a torment, Captain. Think on the deepest, darkest pit you can imagine and wrap it up in a storm so nasty it'll peel the skin right off your bones. That's Tartarus. I ain't no one better suited to it, Captain. I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something. Still, we can't do nothing. It wouldn't be right. You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right? The fewer folks we got to hurt, the better. Maybe on our way out, we let all those poor souls locked up in there go free. Let's try to stay off of the main thoroughfares, then. I don't want to have to hurt anyone who don't got it coming. They can't stab you in the back if I'm watching it, Captain. I don't think I want that weight on my shoulders, Captain. Otherwise, all we did, the people we hurt, it'd all be for nothing. I don't think I could live with that. I wish I'd gotten to take a look at that skip drive before our first micro jump. I heard it's kind of like staring into the sun. The control room should be off to the right. 3 switches. That'll be easy enough. Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Just 2 more. 1 to go. I hope we're doing the right thing. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Vale? That's the last. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back. The control room should be ahead somewhere and a touch to the right. Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here? Hey, there's no cause to be rude. Our captain tells the best jokes. Wouldn't hurt to do her a nice turn, would it, Captain? You point us in the right direction and I'm sure the captain here'd be happy to help retrieve it. I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive. Captain's got your best interests at heart, mister. Honest. Captain's just trying to be helpful. Don't think too hard on it. Gosh, no! Not even once! Can't hardly imagine having so much food you'd have to trick yourself into not eating it. Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know. I think you did the right thing, Captain, but I hope she doesn't try to go after him. That was a real kind thing you did, Captain. Maybe not what I would have wanted, but It looks to be what she needed. Mister, I don't mean to tell you your business, but this here's a fossilized monster skeleton. Just about the coolest one I ever seen, too. A good crew's like family. Always there to help. Oh, law, Captain. I don't think he knows what's happened. You sure that weren't the stellar winds through the canyons, mister? Mister, you don't seem too good. Is there anything we can do to help you? Dr. Wells ain't that old, Captain. Seems a little far-fetched, don't it? Spacer's choice, just letting that happen to the folks they're meant to keep safe? Mister, I'm not about to tell you how to do your job, but I ain't think that metaphor's fit to print. I know you're half jesting, mister, but it's even worse than you say. Chairman Rockwell ain't that old, Captain. She's got us dead to rights, Captain. Might as well be honest. You didn't hold a service or nothing? She was a nice lady. Someone should have at least said some kind words. Mr. Vicker used to take collections over at the OSI building exactly like this. You think a sprat could own Edgewater? Oh. Imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat. That's us. I'm starting to wonder if there ain't a person on this rock entirely out of their minds. I don't think you can really quantify folks' strength in that manner, Captain. Are we on camera now? 'Cause I really don't care to be. Stop! It's make-believe! Plasma's already a vapor-like kind of thing. You can't re-vaporize it. Can you? A murderer, you mean? I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have worked with Constable Reyes. Is this a Byzantium thing? I am 100% not okay with this, Captain. Oh, can I be chicken? Because chickens will adopt any critter's baby and keep him warm. Aw, can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at? Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible. I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together. Oh, thank heavens. You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain. I am no such thing, ma'am. I don't get why that's funny, ma'am. Captain, please don't do this again. Captain, please don't do this. What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it. How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock? That's a gentlemanly way of putting it, Captain. She's obsessed with aliens. That's a gentlewomanly way of putting it, Captain. She's obsessed with aliens. Is that why everyone in Edgewater was so sick? Not a plague, but vegetables? It seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try. You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure. Dunno. Do what you want. You were gonna anyway. That's all I gotta do? Feel like I'm in a doctor's exam. Is that so strange? It looks real pretty, ma'am. Reminds me of the rocks by my home. Thank you. I don't reckon so. Maybe she's talking about me? I mean, I'm definitely the greasy one. How come we never find jobs where we don't get shot at? Like, delivering woolly calves, maybe. I feel like I ought to be more conflicted about this. Ah! Captain! You're gonna be in pictures! Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already. He's got powerful good ears, too. He's got no idea what we're asking about. You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea? This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still. But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves? I'm inclined, sir. Just point me towards the busted. I'll fix it. I can fix it. Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow! Look on the bright side, Mr. Clark. When folks come looking for those reports one day, imagine how excited they'll be to find your work. Could do a whole heap of good. I'd never be able to forgive myself if we sat idly by while the board did this to the colony. Once they know what's going on, they'll have to send help. Right, Captain? I don't mean to gainsay you, Captain, but I can't fathom how you'd think freezing folks is gonna help. We're gonna stop him, right, Captain? We can't let him do that to all those people. Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time? You're a monster. I won't. You're better than this, Captain. You have to be. Not this, Captain. Never this. This lady wants to kill my people! And you're just gonna help her? Don't make me choose between you and Edgewater, Captain. Between you and my people. Please, you talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known. We're gonna kill somebody without even knowing what they did wrong, if anything? Felix, don't you start. Wow, Captain, that's awful rude, even for you. He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix's family, mister. Do these people got nothing else to occupy their time? Are we still talking about cell division? Oh my law, he's right. I thought they had to be cysty pig parts or otherwise... Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Pretty sure that's an intercom, Captain. See? There's a button. It says intercom. Don't fret. The captain here is right honorable. Usually. Captain, this might really work. Everybody's a little bit testy. Let's all just step back, take some deep breaths. I think he's being truthful, Captain. I feel it in my gut. Kinda nauseous, but ticklish. We done a good thing, Captain. A real good thing. Lots of folks are gonna be better off because of this. Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help? By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already. Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella. That was plain mean, Captain. Not that I got any prior experience with such. Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain. What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way. Both of you, stop it! My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much. The Edgewater deserters were perfectly nice, and they lived outside the city walls. Well, maybe not Adelaide, but everyone else. I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them. Now, there's no call for being rude, Captain. Maybe he's just having a hard day. You don't know. I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, too. We wouldn't want to intrude. My dad always kept his firearms and liquors in different lockers. Said it wasn't safe to mix them. I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you. Nonsense. Look what you done here, Mr. Sanjar. You got a whole township running. Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right? But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe? There's nothing the board likes so much as paperwork. Is it really illegal if the board's the one that makes the rules in the first place? What's gonna happen to the people here when the board figures out what you're doing? You think if we talk to those iconoclast folks, they'd do the same? Maybe I'm worrying too much, but it seems the folks here get plans made for them an awful lot. When do they get to start making plans for themselves? I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do. But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous? I'm right glad to hear it, Mr. Sanjar. Folks around here could use a good turn. Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so. Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything. That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot? Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy. Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater? Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life. As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a manta queen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago. Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing. Thanks, Captain. Not funny, Captain. He used to tell the kids crazy stories about halcyon wildlife. Later I learned most of it was wrong, but it was the thought that counted. He did always want to see one. It'd be nice for there to be some good come out of this. You ought to know how dangerous that is. I can help you with those if you need, Captain. Then one day he just disappeared. Never heard anything about him again. Captain! What are you saying? Felix Millstone, don't you dare! That terminal over yonder? So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait. I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither. You'd steal from your own people? That's low, ma'am. Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this. Sorry, ma'am, I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and I was wondering why this place felt like Edgewater. It's the cannery smell. It was like that in Edgewater, too. Used to be when Bess would break down, I'd have to borrow parts from the grinder to get her working again, and vice versa. Mister, there's something I've been wondering since we got here. How do you protect your wires from sulfuric degradation? Wasn't too pretty, and it kept me on my toes, but I still made do all right. Excuse me, I'm from Edgewater on Terra 2. If you'll pardon my saying, nobody I know's ever heard of you. I can't see how killing a bunch of folks minding their own business is gonna save Monarch. It doesn't seem right. Is a printing press really worth all these people's lives? There's gotta be a better way to get your message out. Sounds to me like a nifty little challenge. Captain's a lot sometimes. Sorry. Fella came through Edgewater once, mentioned something to my dad about pirates wiping out a town. You mean this is the same place? Let me take a look-see. Okay. I'm thinking, if I patch this into our fuel cell network, we can use the empty tanks to hold this ulta-wada-vittles stuff. There we are. Good as pretty and twice as new. Means I'm doing it, just like to talk my way through things. I wouldn't let that happen. Absolutely, Captain. No worries, you don't pay me. I could have done better if you'd lent me an extra pair of hands. Oh, I just did my thing. You know, just gotta compensate for the pressure difference. We burn liquid reaction mass, not gas, and the cells are distributed all through the hull, so I gotta isolate the empties. Of course I did, Captain. Just gave it a little jiggle. Wish you had a little more faith in me. I know what I'm doing. Are you fibbing? Be honest. I don't think this fella's entirely on the level. We did what we could, as best we could. Should probably leave it at that. If that's really all, let's just get it done with and be on our way. Captain! Big flaming thingy! Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly? Definitely. Oh. She just comes and says whatever's on her mind, huh? Well, that's awfully kind of you, mister. Is he looking at me? Oh, law. He is absolutely giving me the complete creeps. We're helping, which is more than you can say. The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm exactly where I want to be. You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone? Oh, gosh. Captain, do you think Mr. Wells is all right? He's pretty old. I don't know that he'd last long under interrogation. Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb. I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it? That ought to do her, Captain. You all right, Captain? I mean, seeing this place again? I don't know if we should be in here, Captain. It should be private, shouldn't it? Hope's so much like Groundbreaker. I knew they were sisters, but it's eerie. Like walking in another universe where we all died. Oh gosh. I'm gonna be sick. Oh. I feel like I've been turned inside out. Let's not do that again. There's something right soothing about having a job and doing it proper. If you want to keep working, little guy, I say you do it. I don't know, Captain. Is this safe? I don't think this is safe. I don't want to leave you all on your lonesome. I'll just... Oh, fine, I'll do it. Y'all see these stars I'm seeing? Gosh, they're pretty. Like shimmers in the sea. Was this how your mom was in life? She seems nice-ish. I hope you'll pardon my interruption, but I think it's 'cause he's unhappy with himself. Stories are real. If they mean something, if they inspire you to kindness or action, but maybe Max's story about himself is all wrong, and that's why he's so unhappy. You think he's all right? Should we help him? It's okay, Mr. Vicar. We're here, watching over you. You just ride this out, all right? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. Sure, it all comes together seamless in his own head. And I reckon he means well, for all that. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. Thanks, mister. Thanks, ma'am. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, It's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways. A whole ship? Like one that flies about the aether? That's a tall order. I guess the generator that powers Bess? I mean, the cannery. You know, piping current from the thermal plant to Adelaide's folks shut power down in town. I reckon it'd be safe to yank the cannery's regulator. Since the thermal plant's back up, I reckon we could spare the power regulator. But that's for Mr. Thompson to say. I can't. I don't have the authority to do such. If you turn on the thermal plant like Mr. Thompson wants, we can shut down the generator. Then it'd be safe to yank the regulator. But if you try to yank the regulator while the generator's operating, you'll lose an arm. And then the rest of yourself, real quick-like. There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12. Not intentionally. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing. And next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the salt tuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G? Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Moreau's still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool. Well, sure. We're not tough. Even back then, before I got real good at that sort of thing. It's not funny. I'd just as soon forget it all anyhow. Because I was just shy of working age, my dad had to pay for the mess. Sure, but folks got long memories around here. You probably wouldn't. Thanks. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. Am I? Well, it's just normal to me. Why isn't everybody else, I wonder? Well, I'm one of them that can't. So I don't make a habit of drinking. There's been scary nights. But Constable Reyes is right up the road. She keeps an orderly town. Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way. Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry. Oh, it's what I do. You'll tire of it soon enough. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm just not everybody, I reckon. I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me. It just comes off cold to me is all. I reckon we already do and we ain't got no choice in the matter. So maybe somebody ought to take a rag to it. The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him. I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it when I'm in the mission. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. It don't seem right to me, mister. It don't seem right to me, ma'am. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. It's just an idea. That's all. And maybe he can think of something else to try. something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just want to think of him like that. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. Gosh, that'll probably be tough. I mean, given that Mr. Thompson and Miss McDevitt don't like each other all that much. I'm glad you asked, though. Oh, right, back when we... I was just gonna say, we ought to ask Vicar Max what to do about the deserters, but you did that, and I didn't need to say nothing. Anyhow, thanks for letting me bend your ear. Metaphorically. I wouldn't actually touch your ear or nothing. That'd be rude. You mean about the mission being too clean? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? You mean why I'm not allowed in the store anymore? Yeah, I didn't think... sorry. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Excuse me, ma'am? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you, do you understand what you're about to do? Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order. Oh, well. Okay then, if you're sure. I had to ask. That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again, but Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore, but the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Yes! Thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the Vale. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's Choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I never got along with Mr. Thompson, but I don't think he deserved to die. He tried to do his best. I suppose that's fair. You were just acting in self-defense and all, but I've been thinking about Miss McDevitt, too. She took care of her folk. Kept him fed and safe. She was a sweet old lady. She didn't deserve to die. I'm still trying to guess at your intentions. Maybe you got a problem controlling your impulses? But at least you got the temperament to own up to that. You know, I think it's best if I tag along with you. For everybody's sake. You need somebody to balance you out. Not much of an Edgewater left to go back to. Yeah. I really do. My whole life's been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you. What difference does that make? Honest to law, do you just shoot anybody you don't like? You really are baffling. Gus losing a hand in the cannery was a mistake. What you did was cold-blooded. I'm just struggling to understand why. I don't know about that. Mr. Thompson wasn't an evil man. He wasn't given to violence. Though if Miss McDevitt were here, I wager she'd agree with you. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, mister, but you got a violent streak. I don't know what to make of you. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, ma'am, but you got a violent streak. I don't know what to make of you. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. You didn't know those deserters a thing, but you helped them anyway. Made sure they had a home to come back to. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. All those people living in Edgewater, you never owed them a thing. But you went out of your way for them. Helped them when nobody else would. All this time, you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I won in. I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them and sent power to their garden even though you knew Mr. Thompson would hate you for it. You offered your hand to any who asked. Didn't matter to you if they were from Edgewater or Adelaide's camp. You took the time to help, but you never held a grudge against the people of Edgewater. You took the time to help them with their troubles. You really did take a shine to Adelaide's camp. Wasn't enough to just send them power, you offered a hand whenever they asked. Yeah, okay. I get it. If you change your mind, reckon you won't find me any place but here. Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. Well, because I've been thinking about what happens next. So much has changed since you walked into town. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. That's just it. I don't think they need me. What they need is a good mechanic to treat Bess right and change her compressors every now and again, but that can't always be me. Hey, listen. Sorry, I know you're in a hurry. I know you want your power regulator and all. I just feel like we should go talk to Adelaide. If we're gonna kill her power, least we could do is give her people a fair warning. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks. For hearing me out, I mean. Well, thanks. I mean, you're welcome. But, I appreciate you hearing me out. Miss McDevitt's been using corpses in her fertilizer. The thought just makes my skin crawl. Sure, she's found a solution, but it ain't exactly pleasant. Are you out of your mind? You just killed him. Mr. Thompson. Reed Thompson, you know, my boss. You enjoyed that? Are you some kind of psychopath? I can't. I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you. You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? You got a real twisted sense of chivalry, you know that? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let you loose upon the Vale unsupervised. You can't help yourself, huh? Took a couple knocks to the cranium? I get it. I don't know how folks settle their differences wherever you're from, but I'd really appreciate it if you tried using, words. I'll take your word for it. For what it's worth. I guess. Don't take this the wrong way or anything, but I don't ever want to see you again. A favor? You just made me an accomplice to murdering my boss. Oh, sure. Sure thing. Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise. Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you. Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even. You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Finhill. I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, 'cause I feel the same way about my wrench. Maybe just a little. Is that all right with you? Huh. Happy to help. Hey, Ellie. You ever think about naming it? I name all my favorite machines. What's wrong with naming your pistol? What about Virginia? I might have been thinking about it for a while. It's okay if you don't like it. Ellie, we gotta talk. You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Finhill? You don't much like me, huh, Dr. Ellie? Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space? The nice thing about traveling with the captain, we meet all sorts of new people. It's just, you seem fine with the others. Did I do something to make you unhappy with me? We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. You gotta stop treating me with kid gloves. I'm not gonna fall to pieces if you look at me sideways, and I'm not going away. I think I figured out what you need. Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common? 'Cause you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up. Oh, our crew's like a machine. All the parts got to work together or we'll shake ourselves to pieces. We need each other to work right. You need a team, and I need someone who'll be truthful with me. Even when it hurts. If that were true, you wouldn't be here. I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all. Bringing those folks back into the board's arms. I just wish there was a way to please everybody. What the board did to those people, leaving them there. It wasn't right. And then us showing up, trying to fix it all for them. What if we made it worse? It's fine if you don't like me, but we gotta find a way to work together. For the crew. I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all. Sanjar, Graham, Zora. They were causing trouble, no doubt, but they were trying to fix things, too.
I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all.
When we can. We don't get to see each other much, on account of how rare it is we dock at Groundbreaker. That's awful sweet, Ellie. Thank you. Don't make it small. When you say it like that, it sounds stupid. You're doing it again. Sure do. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you. Oh gosh, was it that obvious? Yeah. Armstrong's really something. Nearly took a fella's head clean off with a tossball stick. Yeah. Felix, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a Tuesday zone is. I don't know my tenders from my forwards. Thing is, I just don't understand tossball. Great, that's just swell. Can't wait. Okay, I'm with you so far. Play from the heart. Easy. Oh, gosh. That sounds, really dangerous. Why do they call him Take It Easy Tatum? Scoring goals. Got it. And you can score a goal by kicking the ball, throwing the ball, or, okay, so if you're on the home team, you want to run the ball into the Sunday goal? Makes, perfect sense. Yeah. Felix, are we still talking about tossball, or? Yeah, until the captain picked me up. I was the town mechanic. Had my own little garage and everything. I don't think I belonged, really. Folks tried to treat me nice, but we didn't understand each other. That's real sweet, Felix. Right back at ya. Why do I suspect you're about to make fun? I like to hit things that annoy me. I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied. I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Vicar, but I already got a dad. I don't need a new one. My dad taught me some French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal. Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry. Hey, Mr. Vicar, do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean stink? You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation. I'm saying it's not very good. I don't know, Mr. Vicar, that seems like quite a leap. That's real sweet, Mr. Vicar. Suspiciously so. I think I can manage that all right. We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive. There's always something to fix. And it's neat working in the Aether. Weekends? Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow. You know about stellar emissions? Actually, I probably shouldn't tell you about those. I always took Atmo for granted. Now, if I drill through the hull, we all suffocate. Exciting, you know? I mean, not unless you want to know how we're all likely to get spacer's lung. So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka. I can't say for certain, since I only ever been on this one. Ada's something special, though, ain't she? Used to be, I thought she was a simulated intelligence. You know, a long series of commands telling her how to react to certain inputs. Well, I worked with a lot of machines, and ain't none of them like her. They can be pretty smart, but mostly they're rule books with a voice box. Ada's different. Well, Sam's an automechanical thing, not a computer brain thing like Ada. I don't think Sam understands gender, so you can call him it if you want. You know how I said Ada was special? Her wiring's a whole lot more complex than Sam's, so she can simulate a personality better than he can. She got more tools in her box, so to speak. Oh, that's real good to hear. It took me a while to, never mind. I'm sorry, I should have asked. I just got real bored, and I seen you leaning, and the gun was sitting right there. Oh, Nyoka, I'm so sorry. What do you want? I don't got words for you, sir. I don't got words for you, ma'am. Leave me be. What was your family like, Felix? Did you ever know him? Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I must have been lonesome. Did you know Junlei grown up? What did folks say about her then? Hey, Felix, you like riddles? All right, here goes. Many have heard me, but none have seen me. And I won't speak until spoken to. What am I? Okay, I got another one. I can only live where there's light, but if a light shines on me, I die. What am I? I don't think you're taking my riddle serious, Felix. Who's the sweetest boy? Who is it? Whoops, hold on there, Sam. Think you got some schmutz on your chassis. You ever think about death, Sam? Been thinking on my dad today. Do you miss Mr. Hawthorne, Sam? Yeah, you are! I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicar. Never mind. That about answers it. You ever wonder if what Mr. Graham says is true about the light in us all? That sounds kind of pretty, I think. Wow. You got a lot of feelings all stuffed up in there, huh? I seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicar? Need us to slow down? There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicar. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you. You don't seem to like traveling with us much. It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time. You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean. Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose. I'm real sorry about your friends, Nyoka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by. Oh, I didn't get a chance to try Spectrum when we went out drinking. Is it any good? I'm still fretting about Junlei. About how maybe she might not like me anymore. Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay? Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder. How are you feeling, Mr. Vicar? After your, hallucinations. Wow. Were you really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar? I just can't believe you'd lie. You ever worry all that ammo in your berth might combust? All it takes is a little bit of black powder next to a lot of bits of fertilizer and one real hot day and... What job did the board assign you when you came of age? Bet it was something real neat, like professional flexing. You all got different Saltuna here on Monarch. Ain't that neat? Oh, gosh. And here I was jawing about how I was watching your back. I'm probably more like to get in your way. I'm getting out right now. What did Stellar Bay's engineer name your canning machine? Forget I asked. All right, Felix, I got a real easy one for you. You ready? What goes up, but never comes down? No, Felix, this one's real simple. Just think about it. Are you sure you're taking my riddle serious? Hey, Felix, do you know animal, vegetable, mineral? Yes. I don't think so. No, it ain't. Oh, come on, don't be a spoil sport. Nope, abso-surely. How'd you know? You ever seen a real-life Saltuna? They're real pretty. And they got these really big teeth, if you see them up close. I mean, yeah, they're just about everywhere in Edgewater. Can't hardly turn a corner without slipping in their entrails. You're not talking about Saltuna? You had a sweetheart once. Was your courtship as uncertain as mine? I've seen it happen. When there were roads? Will they go somewhere? Aside from wherever they were headed, I mean. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose. How you been doing, Nyoka? If you ever want to talk about what happened, my ears are open. Don't worry. I won't let us get dead. Just 'cause he don't see things your way don't mean he's wrong, Vicar. Respectfully speaking. You didn't seem too much like traveling with us before you met that hermit fellow. I wouldn't say that. You were more of an... well, I'm just glad you're not like that anymore. Just like the rest of us, then. You're all right, Mr. Vicar. Oh, yeah, I mean, course. It was only ever the lion that bothered me. We all made our mistakes. Maybe I ought to consider somebody else's point of view sometime. For variety's sake. So if Felix snuck into your quarters one night and stole half your underwear and filled the other half with itching powder, you'd kindly thank the universe and take it in stride? Not that I'm asking for any particular reason. Felix, saltuna is a kind of fish, lives in the ocean. You knew that, right? Never mind. I'll tell you later. What? No. The answer's Echo. And anyway, answer's a shadow. Yeah. You got it! You're brighter than folks give you credit for. Ooh, nuh-uh. You keep that nozzle to your own self. We gotta be put in this universe to do more and kill. We gotta. I guess you probably never met him, huh? Well, that's okay. He got us. We'll be your dad now. Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert. Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper. I'm sure we can find something interesting behind the counter. Oh, beer. I guess, yeah, I can do that. Beer can be good. I bet. This tastes like the underside of a boot. People drink that for fun? Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so good? Well, drunk's what I'm aiming for, so I'll take your word on it. Oh, no, it's good. I'm fine. I just didn't expect it to taste like... propellant. Oh, stars, I can feel it settling. Oh, wow, you remembered. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Oh, Captain, I'm pining for June like something fierce. What am I doing? Specifically. Definitely specifically. Oh, why'd I drink that? I mean, just with Junlei. Yeah. I guess we are that, huh? Friends. Friends give each other counsel, right? What do you think I should do about Junlei? 'Cause I feel about as aimless as an automech with a busted nav chip. I don't know what to do about us. You're funny. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, aren't we? Crewing together, seeing the stars. It's like something out of a serial. I like the ones with grand romances. And I think I'm flubbing mine. I know you mean well, so I'll try not to take that comment personal. I don't know that Sam counts, Captain. Sweet though he is. Oh, bless him. He does try. Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. You and me both, Captain. I'm just... She brought up another lady, you know? Isabel. Why would she do that? Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all. You know, that's a given, Captain. I can't not worry myself to bits about the things that matter to me. It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. I don't know, I'd call it, sensual. That's a lot. It did. Oh dear, I hadn't really... Oh my goodness. And I told you? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. Thinking so makes me liable to lose my lunch, Captain. I never done this before. A relationship. How do I know if she cares the same way I do? Sure, Captain. I'm ready when you are. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. No more whiskey. I think another'd leave me on the floor. Law, no. That beer tasted like how Dad's old socks smelled. Maybe something sweet and mild, like wine. Something stronger, I'm thinking. I'm still all tense and weird inside. All right, whiskey. Woo! That smells like an unlawful union between paint thinner and propellant. Oh! I'm gonna be sick. That's a crime is what that is. Gosh, that smells pretty almost. Like flowers gone a little off. Hey, that's not so bad. Kind of almost nice, maybe. We had beer in the Vale. Smelled like Dad's old socks. Maybe this is better? Oh, no, it's still bad. It's still really very bad. Ugh. Don't you go mother-henning me when I ain't asked you to, Captain. I am a grown lady. I can have a couple drinks. Water's for cowards. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me? Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. I don't think I'm not interested in physical affection. What if I can't make her happy? Well, I never done this before. Never really tried to pursue someone. I'm all flailing limbs and yelling like a little one thrown in the sea who don't know how to swim. There's nothing easy about About spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not? Yeah, I know you're right. I just wish it were that easy, is all. I'm not used to speaking free with folks. Maybe I worded it wrong. I mean, everybody needs things from someone, right? I want to make sure I'm bringing out the parts of me that compliment her, but I don't want to be with them. I want to be with Junlei. Of course. Wouldn't you be? Huh. I've never thought of it that way. I wonder what June's afraid of being rejected for. I envy your boldness of spirit, Captain. I can only hope a little bit of it rubs off on me. But you've got a strong sense of self, Captain. I envy it. Sometimes it's like, I don't know who I am or what I'm for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... Wow. So much to think about. Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should? Okay? Okay, I'm gonna do it! Right when we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Oh, my guts are still all twisted. Maybe it's telling me to use the head. Or maybe I should think on it more. You know, to be certain like. All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain. But why not? What do you mean, Captain? So I should just be myself? You sound like my dad. It's sweet. So if I'm doing my very best to be kind and open-hearted, I shouldn't worry how she thinks of me? I think I get what you're saying. That I should focus on being the best me I can and hope that's enough for her. Well, thank you for the conversating, Captain. I got a lot to think about now. Not the least of which is how whiskey's the devil. Like how beer is a crime against man and common decency. One of which is how wine is actually really good. And maybe we should keep some on the ship? Let's get going then. I'm sure we got lots of important things to do. Yeah, well, you're not the boss of me. Even if you are. I don't care if the law's on my side. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it as soon as I sober up. Probably. Eventually. I'm tired of waiting around. I'm gonna do it anyway, even if maybe it's not entirely proper. Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared. Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. You're swell, Captain, don't get me wrong. I like spending time with you, going on adventures and all, but that ain't the same as romance. Figuring feelings ain't so easy as saying words, Captain. Someone so brave as you, well, you can't understand. Can we do this now? Before I lose my nerve? Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said and feeling my heart shake. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? Come on, Captain! I'm here to drink! Right in the guts, Captain. Come on now. What should I drink? I'm here to try new things. Back in Edgewater, there wasn't no one who wanted to know my mind. Excepting my dad. She seems perfect to me. Maybe those are just my rosish colored goggles talking. To be strong like her. Like I'm just a lone little gear spinning in the void. Nothing to grab onto, no machine to move. To be strong? Like you? Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts. Yeah. I like the way you put that, like, it's okay to want to be better for her, and not impossible to try. I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. I don't want to be that person. Don't want to be cold. I want to bring light to June's life. Just move on? Like snapping your fingers? I don't know. Maybe I got a weak heart. It all just seems impossible. You're not. You're like me? Must be why you got so many friends. Stands to reason, you being a dashing ship captain and all. Me, I just got a big wrench and a good swinging arm. So we're kin-like. That makes me, well, unaccountably happy, Captain. It's a lonely thing being different like this. So, feeling how you do, what if she really does like me and then she changes her mind? Do you think I should ask her on a date? Come on, let's go. Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Some of the drinks we tried I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting, and I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and, I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I got to read between the lines a bit, but I think she might be. Yeah. Yeah. In my defense, it's not like June was all too clear about what she was trying to say. She still ain't. Hey now, you got free drinks out of it. I resent you saying such. On account of it being uncomfortably likely. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain. With the headache I got after that whiskey? 1,000,000 times no. Oh, you just shh. Oh, she called mashed potatoes smashed potatoes. But I think maybe that's just what they call them on Groundbreaker. Oh, Ernest. It was Ernest. Oh, right. Sorry. Well, turns out the key is proper hydration. Probably should have been able to guess that for myself, huh? Anyway, I wouldn't mind having a drink again. Someday. In the distant future. Anyway, though, that whiskey did give my head aching something fierce. Feels like a primal's chewing on my skull. I mean, eventually. I'll do it eventually. Bottoms up. Thanks, I think. Well, maybe she just wanted to let me know her preferences. In a less awkward way. But that made it more awkward. Shush you. Here we go. Down it goes. Hydration, here I come. Yeah? I mean, what do you need? Captain, Mr. Sir? Yeah? I mean, what do you need? Captain, ma'am, lady. Where are we headed? Yeah, huh? Something you need? When people ask me stuff, I tend to run my mouth too long. Or I get into details they'd rather not know. Or, sorry, are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all. That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. What? No, conception isn't... Has nobody ever taught you about this? Could be. Reckon I'll never know. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. Oh, I did? Oh, sorry. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. You mind if I ask you a question? Like, a personal one? Wow. That's not... Can we just not ever mention that again? Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a passing, strange thing to say, but sure. Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope? Is it true what you said? About being from Earth? Maybe? Something just took me off guard, is all. Oh, I guess not. Seems like a weird thing to lie about if it ain't true, though. And you are something of a mystery, Captain. I don't rightly know. I haven't figured if you're the sort who'd make up stories. Not yet, anyhow. I guess maybe you could have got one from a museum? But they've only got those in Byzantium, where the rich folk live. Wow. Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew. Okay, I'm bad at this. All the same, sorry I interrupted. Was there something you wanted to ask me about? You ever get cold? 'Cause those dangling tubes look real drafty, and the helmet makes you look like some kind of space monster. You should get a hat. Something that'll keep the sun out of your eyes. Reckon we'll have to figure it out together. I mean, if that's what you want. I didn't mean to presume. Sorry. It's hard, huh? Not knowing anybody, not being sure what's expected or how people are judging you. But you got me now. I'm sure I can help you out. We can do this. Yay, us. Yeah, sure. You got it, mister. Yeah, sure. You got it, ma'am. Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms? Did you want to talk about anything else before we moved on? Where are we headed next? He seemed like a nice boy to me. Maybe you ought to give him a shot, because we've never ended up in a fight. Maybe he doesn't talk all smarty-smart, but he can still have a good where it counts. In his heart, I mean. Oh, I'm sure he puts his socks on one at a time like anybody else. Yeah, but I got a good feeling about him, is all. I mean, sure, he's a bit rough around the edges. I bet he just needs somebody to show him a better path. You might surprise yourself. Then why'd you ask it? That's not exactly what I'm saying. Not many folk have big, pulsating space brains like you. I'm sure he could hit stuff for us just fine. But I was thinking on what we could do for him. Look, you'll catch your death of cold. Put some clothes on. He seems like a nice boy to me. I'm glad you gave him a shot. What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater? Well, Thomas only liked tools because I did. He wasn't interested. When I'd ask what he thought, he'd just shrug and say, whatever you think. You think I ain't been thinking that my own self? You know how long I wanted to have somebody I could talk shop with? And did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident. Just took off guard, is all. I never met another engineer before who wasn't my dad. I just met her. How could I be? Alls I know is, I want to talk with her more. Come on, Captain. I just got my fingers dug into the guts of a real-deal spaceship. You think I'm liable to let go anytime soon? I reckon there's worse places to start. Captain, that wasn't right. Killing the chief in cold blood? She was working to do right by her people. What did she ever do to you? I heard over Groundbreaker comms that you killed Junlei. It's hard to talk to you when I can see all your... stuff, Captain. That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh? Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy 'cause of you. I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me. I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together? I hope you rest well on that. Gosh, did she ever. Sure thing, Captain. I'll be waiting back at the Unreliable if you need me. Oh, right. About the Groundbreaker's engineer, Junlei Tennyson. Oh, everything's a little spinny. Are they supposed to be spinny? Maybe I should sit. Now, where's that floor gone? Come here, you rascal. Oh, dodging ain't fair. I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe. Junlei'll like a casserole, right? Everyone likes a casserole. I mean, I don't really, but I don't count. Oh, Captain, you see those fine clothes Miss Jolliker made for me? I ain't never owned anything so fancy in my life. Oh, my stomach's a little upset. Maybe drinking don't agree with me. Now, cakes. Cakes I like. Gosh, I hope she likes them too. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. You want I should send someone to take my place, Ellie? Got it. Okay. You keep Felix safe, Captain. I'll tell Nyoka you need her. She'll like that. I sure hope Mr. Vicar ain't napping. Give Sam a scritch behind the circuits for me. Yeah, so This is my hidey spot now. Something busted, Captain? Well, aside from that busted regulator, it's in pretty good shape. It's the Akita LHA 120. A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh? Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand? You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it. Well, I don't see any holes in the hull. Pretty sure all you need is that power regulator. Then you're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch. You know, whoever wired this ship up had no idea what they were doing. I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern. I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches, so you're gonna call her it, not she? Oh, neat! I've never seen a talkie system before. I read about them, though, in a trade magazine. Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Oh, did something break? Abso-surely, Captain. What's on your mind? Oh, sure. Like what? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Felix keeps asking me to watch some adventure serial with him. It's not my thing, but he's real sweet about it. Sometimes I can hear Vickers saying prayers to himself. Sometimes I hear him cussing about tossball scores. You think I could hire myself out to ships in need someday? Be my own mechanic, like how Ellie's her own doctor? I wonder sometimes. Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own? Miss Nyoka's so capable, you hardly notice how sad she looks. Captain, we gotta talk about what you did to Junlei. I don't got words. She was the one good thing in my life, and now she's... You knew how I felt about her. You even encouraged me to ask her to be mine when I thought she wanted someone else. I feel like I should have got to know her better, but I never spoke up, and now I'll always wonder what could have been. I'm leaving. I'll take the plants if you want, but I can't work with you. You murdered her. Knowing full how much she meant to me. Goodbye, mister. Goodbye, ma'am. Yeah. You too, I guess. You're gonna kill me too? After all I've done for you? I've been thinking on this since I heard. I got a pit in my stomach. But what you done... There's some things that can't be taken back. I've never had a place. No mother, dead father, a job I hated, neighbors who thought me broken and strange. I hope someday you meet a soul who changes you for the good. I'm sorry I wasn't them. That's how it's gonna be? I thought you'd be better. I really hoped you would. All I wanted in this life was a place that felt... safe. I don't have that anymore. Maybe I never will. I'll keep your ship in the Aether, mister, but otherwise you let me alone. I'll keep your ship in the Aether, ma'am, but otherwise you let me alone. I'm leaving. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can't look at you. You make me sick. No, mister. I needed Junlei, and you took her away from me. No, ma'am. I needed Junlei, and you took her away from me. This isn't something you can talk your way out of. You murdered my love! The brightest light in my sky! One day maybe you'll realize what you've done. Maybe then you can make it up to the universe, but you will never make it up to me. And now we all gotta live with it. But especially me. No. There's good people, and there's bad. I didn't want to think on it, but you're one of the bad. I'm not living just to remind you of what is and ain't right. You ought to know that your own self. You're sick. What's a plan matter when somebody kills a person you love? You think I got an eye to the future when I gotta remind myself to breathe? Maybe, but what if that was just the face she showed everybody and her heart was another thing? I just want to be alone for a while, okay? But that couldn't mean it was fate? The Vickers' grand plan, putting us up in each other's faces? I don't want a bunch of stars, I just want the one that feels right. How am I supposed to tell it from the rest? I guess. There's a lot of good that needs to be done. I just wish I didn't have to do it alone. Oh, let me see. Ooh, wow. Some kind of flower? Rose-ish. Huh. I never smelt nothing like a rose before. It's kind of intense. But Junlei's intense, so maybe that suits. Oh, mock apples and cinnamon? Ah, it smells like a warm kitchen. Like coming home on a fall evening. You're the best, Captain. Is that like a refurbished ship? Oh, there's nothing like the smell of grit and grime covered over with cleaner, you know? It means we're finally going places. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. Thanks for your help up to now. I'll try to do the rest on my lonesome. I'm not dropping them, Captain. I just don't want you involved anymore. I'm glad for all the help you gave me, but the way you want to do things just doesn't sit well with me. Oh, gosh! You got me more than one! Which scent do you think I ought to use? Oh, we didn't have roses in Edgewater. We don't have them nowhere in Halcyon, actually. I heard they smell real pretty, though. Oh, you. It's like a kitchen in autumn. Coming home with leaves stuck in your pant cuffs. Yeah, that's a good one. Sure enough. That's a smell that says we're going places. Well, it's not what I like, it's what Junlei would like. I guess I'll think on it. Hey, Captain, excuse my asking, but I heard you met a big fancy engineer on Groundbreaker. I was wondering if maybe you could take me along next time you visit? Just to meet her. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Thompson would have said it's my only skill. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders, and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet. All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned. Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you, okay? I don't want to waste your time or nothing. Wow. Sounds like a hands-on kind of lady. That's great. Hey, Captain? I've been thinking. You know Miss Junlei, the engineer who runs the Groundbreaker? I was wondering if maybe you could take me along next time you visit? I had a thought since we met. She carries a lot of burdens. You can watch the worries passing behind her eyes while she talks. Oh, no, it can wait. Sorry. What do you need? Sorry, I don't mean to make such a fuss. Oh, I'm so nervous. Having trouble focusing on my work. Captain? I know we're technically in your house and all, but could you at least put on some pants? He meant funny, as in odd. Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, a Saltuna boat would break down on the pad. He'd always bring me along for those. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. Except for my schooling years, I was always beside him. Or tied to him. He used to carry me about in a sling when I was real little. When I got older, he set me to sorting tools and parts while he worked. Later, he taught me simple fixes like busted crate latches. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. Well, it ain't exactly cruel to have the promise of a paying job. And that's all it is. You go where the company needs you. Where your skills do the most good. Well, they're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds. Even if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish. I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job. Real smart folk design the tests. They use these things called algorithms. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. They take into account what fulfills you. If somebody isn't happy in the job they get, it's likely on account of a poor attitude. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening. Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches. As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars. Students bunk 4 to a room. It's supposed to get you used to working as a team. There's no privacy and no quiet. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now. Can't say I had many. Mostly I kept to myself. Going to the community center to hear music, be in a crowd with people knocking into you. It all just made me want to run away. When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. Teachers came through now and again looking for slackers or contraband, but I was always working. They liked that. Otherwise, I tried not to call attention to myself. Just stay quiet in a corner and I'll get overlooked. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. No, but a whole life taking care of Edgewater by his lonesome, working with all kinds of chemicals, it wears on a body. When I left for school, everything got harder for him. I used to help him lift the heavy things, and my hands didn't shake for the fine detail work. Oh, I miss him, sure enough. But he's a fond memory. I was right beside him when he passed, holding his hand. Talking about him makes me smile. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape. Mostly he did the same as me. Kept Bess, the cannery, running. Turned loaders, plumbing and electricity, some plastering. I never got the hang of that. Hey, Captain, I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? If I had to fix a station this big, I'd be spending all my time trying to figure out what needs doing now and what can wait. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. That couldn't mean it was fate. The plan putting us up in each other's faces? Cozy-like, ain't it? I think I'm better off trying to make this work on my lonesome. That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. I don't see any holes in the hull. I might double-check the power regulator, but with that installed, we're already cooking with plasma torches. What? You want me to leave? Captain, you can't mean it! Oh. I thought... Never mind, I got it. You won't see hide nor hair of me again. So long, Captain. Oh, that's a relief. Thanks, Captain, for letting me stick around. I mean, you gotta stop doing this to me, Captain. I can't take it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll try to be better. Are you fooling on me? This joke ain't funny. But thanks, Captain. Oh gosh, that was awfully kind of you, Captain. You didn't have to, but I'm so glad you did. If you need something fixed, point me to it. Otherwise, I don't want to hear a word from you. Yeah, I think that's for the best. I'm sorry I ever met you, Captain. I'd tell you to have a nice life, but my dad didn't raise a liar. Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer, my dad'd say. What, just 'cause he scrubs the floors means he can't be a pleasant fella too? You should try talking to him. You'll see. He's a hoot. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him what he prefers. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix. Well, he ain't flesh and bits like us, sure, and he ain't too bright. But he got his own wants and needs, you know? Of course, mostly it's that he wants to scrub the floors and needs me to get out of the way, but he's got a purpose. Can't say I don't envy him that. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain. Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Okay, Captain, she's gone. Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big. I smell like sweat most days, and, well, don't look too close at my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies? Surely, Captain. When I got everything all planned out, all I gotta do is follow the steps. Then I don't got time to be nervous. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Jolliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right. Deep breath. Here I go. Okay, that's fair, but for whatever it's worth, I'm grateful. You've done a great thing for me, Captain. Hey, Captain, can I get your temperature on something real quick? I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. Yeah, okay. Deep breath. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? I guess since we're already here, I just gotta head back to the ship and send her the message asking her to come over. Maybe you're right and I'm stalling a bit. But maybe I also need to so's I can work up the courage. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. No, sir, that's not it. No, ma'am, that's not it. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. When folks start implying you're a little different from an automechanical, you start to wonder. To me, the best thing was always just sharing space with somebody. Feeling safe and warm. She rhymed compression alternator with aches to meet her. Well, when you got time, you think maybe I could get a bit of it? It's kinda important. What? No! If it were, I'd be hollering loud enough to wake the dead. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. She sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. It's like a metaphor, Captain. I think? Oh, see, this is why poetry throws me off my bearings. If it ain't a metaphor, that worries me more. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. Maybe I just got a little squish for a minute. But yeah, there's other stuff needs doing. Thanks for the talk, Captain. I was real out of sorts. I feel better now. I got another message from Junlei. It was this long story about a lady named Isabel. They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. Kinda feel like it, Captain. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? I mean, she sent that poem, and I told her how it made me feel, like you told me. And she said she was glad of it. No! I mean, I don't know. I haven't asked her out all formal-like. I thought, well, it wasn't nothing bawdy, if that's what you're thinking. It was just honest. And full of typos. If you're there, I'm sure things will be okay. Like, I mean, you wouldn't let nothing bad happen to me, right? Drinking never solved nothing, Captain. I ain't been able to sleep for 3 nights now. I just want to unwind. Just the tiniest bit. Thanks for asking, by the by. It means something to know you're looking out. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there. Maybe for you. I start thinking about all the things she could say and my guts start crawling up my throat. Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready. I was thinking about what you said afore, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. Well, not talking to Junlei about the Isabel trouble had my guts all knotted up. I reckon actually making my feelings known to her could only improve things. I was kinda hoping you'd offer, on account of how I'll need your help with it. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week. I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me. Thanks, but oughtn't a person look special for special times? I mean, what if she leaned close and I smelled like propellant and underarms? That's okay, because it ain't me. And anyhow, I don't even mind it. Compared to what I smelt cleaning out grease traps and Edgewater, she's all rosish. Someplace on the promenade, they got those little stalls. Someone's bound to have special soaps and perfumes and what all. I got savings. Not a powerful lot, but some. How expensive can soap be? I care, sir. And by the way, rude. I care, ma'am. And by the way, rude. Oh, thanks, Captain. That's a hefty load off my mind. Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. 'Cause I want to come with. Oh, maybe so. But if things are otherwise, I don't want to make an even bigger fool of myself. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish from Monarch, dustback casserole. Saltuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kinda wanna take a little taste. But I'm gonna be strong. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. You gotta be more careful about what you say around Felix. He's a good guy, but real impressionable. I don't want him thinking it's okay to threaten folk. No, Captain. Bad folk, maybe, if they're gonna hurt somebody otherwise, but Raymond wasn't bad. He was just a man doing his job. Well, I don't want him hurting people on account of me. I want him to be a better person. If there's leftovers, they're all yours. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I'm fine for overhauling an engine, maybe. I don't have a head for fashion, and I can't really picture myself in something clean and pretty. That place we went in Byzantium, Jolicoeur's haberdashery, I bet they'd have something. Not today, no, but maybe someday. I know this is all a little crazy, Captain, but I think it's gotta be this place. Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best. Vicar would say it's the universal equation at work. I reckon it's just that 90% of everything that ain't crap is in Byzantium. I understand, you got colonists to save and all. But if you do drop by Byzantium, just think about it. Please, Captain. I used to watch her on Aetherwave. They had a show about her, you know? I wouldn't have even known that there were so many pretty clothes in all the universe. Can you imagine being somebody who gets to wear such every day? Must feel like being an heiress in a serial. Miss Celeste had a quality. Everybody she dressed left feeling better about themselves. Yeah, that sounded pretty desperate, huh? I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done. You bet I am. You don't want to know how much engine gunk came off me in the shower. I hope Junlei's a little more impressed. Oh, look at all the pretties. I swear, next time we put into Groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner? So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." No need to worry about that, Captain. I figured after all the work you put in on my account, you'd want to know how it went. I'm near about vibrating, I'm so excited. And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Captain, you're the one who told me I was putting it off on account of nerves. If it had been up to me, it wouldn't have happened. Without you doing all that, I'd never have got over my nerves. You were real patient. I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and, well, she sneezed. She said, "Wow, new soap?" And I was like, "Yeah, rosish." Turns out it tickled her nose. Oops. So she got here, and after a few minutes she said, "Hey, do you have some new parts?" And I was like, "Nah, I used a new soap." We both see enough engines in our day-to-day. There's nothing special about sitting next to another one, even if ours is real sweet. June hardly ever makes it down to Groundbreaker's mess during regular meal times, so sharing the kitchen was special. Like being part of a real family. She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustbat casserole?" I told her about how we got the ingredients, going all the way to Monarch and all. And she was like, "Wow." I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarchist? Monarch person. Well, I'm used to cooking for myself, using herbs I grow and such. It wasn't quite like her late mama's. She said it was better, but I think she was just being nice. Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say, and then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open. We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it'd work, how I've had a bad time of it in the past. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that. Sure was. Near best thing to homemade, Junlei said. She got a little grumbly about that area being off limits on account of how it's so dangerous. I told her I had you watching my back, so it was all right. She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right, especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! Nope. You've been real patient, Captain. Thanks. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour. It's all on your account, you know? Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. And then she sneezed again. On account of the flowery soap. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. Gosh, Junlei's something else, ain't she? I mean, she's so confident, you know? And she knows just what she's doing. I wish I could be a little more like that, is all. Can you imagine? Keeping track of everything what goes on in a place this big? I get dizzy just thinking on it. It sounds like she's under a lot of pressure right now. We're gonna help. Right, Captain? I've been thinking about what we talked about afore, when we went drinking at the Lost Hope. I've been thinking about our night on the Groundbreaker. I had all these feelings, and it was so hard to get them all out at the time. But now I got my thoughts in order, and, oh, that nice older lady in the rest-and-go, Miss Gladys? She seemed to know lots of things. Maybe she knows where to find fancy soap. Come on, Captain, this is no time to be fooling on me. No, I mean, I don't know, but do I gotta be? What's a bar for if not loosening your screws a bit? And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship. Oh gosh, do you think so? I just figured, you know, there's nowhere she can go on Groundbreaker where folks don't know her. Here she can relax. But she's not a stranger. You met her. I mean, you introduced us. Oh, I see. Right. Okay then. She's solid and stern and maybe a little too serious. But what she writes me, I don't know, Captain. It's real gentle. I wouldn't mind being treated gentle. Maybe especially by her. I'm sad to hear it, Captain. You seem plenty warm to me, in your way. But yeah, don't feel great, does it? I saw the lady who runs it on Aetherwave, and, well, she made everybody she dressed feel better. Confident. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread. Well, sure you could see, but I thought maybe you'd want to know some of what was said. You ain't much of a romantic, huh, Captain? But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain. I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. One of us has gotta be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing'd ever get said, you know? To a big ol' stick in the mud like you, maybe. Being honest is important to me, though, and June knows it. I don't know nothing about the law or the capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. You got an eye for people, Captain. Oh, Captain, that was awfully kind of you. You needn't have, but I'm very glad you did. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole. Aren't those cakes just about the cutest little things you ever seen? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages? I got him here on my data pad, and well, I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears? You've been watering my plants, Sam? I mean, cleaning. You've been cleaning my plants? Nuh-uh. I just washed these coveralls last week. They're still spick and span. Mostly. Sam, don't you dare. Sam! I see you pointing that thing my way. What did I just say? You asking me to be your minder? Well, I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with a little mess, but I appreciate the gesture, I suppose. All right, I'll do it. Just try not to clean the walls and the floor and my bed and the ceiling too, all right? What's occupying your brain tubes today, Sam? Hey, Sam, initiate experimental mode, girl talk. Still some kinks to work out. Hey, Sam. Knock, knock. You're supposed to say who's there. Huh. Well, that's a start. What you thinking about, Sam? How you doing, Sam? Hey, Sam. Knock, knock. Boo. Don't cry. It's just me. Aw, Captain. You do say the sweetest things. Glad you got that off your chest, Cap. We're probably gonna die, but it's the thought that matters. You weren't tipped off when you realized the administrator wanted to infect the entire colony with parasites? Not even a little. They're so polite. Almost makes you forget they're trying to kill us all. There ain't nothing at all exciting about Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You can have my samples, Captain. I'm gonna pass on the mild hallucinations. We can defuse a bomb, right? Sure we can. We got this. That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now. What the captain means to say, Miss Helen, is... How are you still alive? You can't be serious. Please tell me we ain't really thrown in with the administrator. Wow. I can't believe we're running with Halcyon Helen! I don't think he can see us, Captain. On account of that huge mask cutting off his vision. You want to maybe let him know we're here? Probably whoever Mr. Woolrich was playing. Oh, you mean right now? I have to say, the fella who's always hiding behind a terminal screen? Sorry, Mr. Ludovico. I should have stayed back on the ship with Ada. Whoever the real killer is. I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up to him. Fast. You feeling all right, Captain? Oh, you didn't hit your head. Again? Oh, I see what you did in there. Huh. That's some clever work. Yeah. It really draws attention to you. I never would have noticed the hungover-looking fella in the corner of the cantina was Black Hole Birdie if you weren't wearing that hat. I think he means drunk. Good one, Captain. Wait. Does this mean I'm the good inspector? Or are you still the good inspector? I mean, I always thought you were doing a pretty good job. Oh, fine. I'll do my best. Here goes nothing. Terror rays can sing? When did this happen? Aw, Captain. You're saying we adopted you? Oh, you're serious. You want me to be the bad inspector? Are you sure? Wait, okay, I think I got it. Here goes. You better spill the goods, Mr. Bertie Holcomb. Sir, 'cause I can't control my captain when he's being a terrible inspector. You'd better spill the goods, Mr. Bertie Holcomb, sir, 'cause I can't control my captain when she's being a terrible inspector. Look, Mr. Black Hole, sir, if you know anything about Ms. Helen's death, you need to tell us, 'cause the inspectors, real determined to hunt the killer down, and you seem like a real kind-hearted man, and I'd hate to see you get caught up in this mess. Sorry, I messed up, didn't I? Oh, you mean like an Against the Outlaw Kings? There's this scene where Agent Khan grabs a fella by the collar and really gives him what for. All right, you can do this, Parvati. Just do what Agent Khan would do. Now you listen here, Bertie. You've been giving us the runabout and I don't much appreciate it. Ms. Helen's killer is still out there and we got every intention of hunting him down. You'd best tell us what you know. 'Cause if any more innocent people die, that's gonna be on you. You understand me? No, Captain! He needs to hear this. Was that too much? Oh no, Captain, please don't taste the dirt, and I'm too late. Can we give him a name? I'm gonna call him Arthur. He seems like an Arthur. All buttoned up, but polite and kinda sweet. I'm pretty sure she was in the Purpleberry Orchards. In fact, it's kinda obvious. Wait, bad idea! Oh, I'm Parvati. Parvati Holcomb. No relation to Bertie, and she ain't even looking at me, okay? I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen. You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days. Captain, I'm getting worried over this fascination you're developing with licking random objects. Arthur, don't go encouraging the captain. Please don't taste the dirt this time. He's trying so hard. It's actually kind of sad. You find anything? That's real good work, Captain. You think the killer was chasing Miss Helen through the orchards? I wonder where she was going. You think someone was giving her chase? One step closer to the truth. Get it? Because it's a footprint. I'll just let you concentrate. Yeah, sure, Captain. Whatever you say. Oh, this poor fella's lost his wits. Stealing. You're describing stealing. I'm pretty sure she's hiding something. And I'm not sure I want to know what it is. So you're just gonna steal somebody else's formula? I probably should have seen this coming by now. You know you're liable to get sick doing that. Huh. See those markings by the electrical panels? It looks like somebody took the console apart just before it shorted out. What did you find, Cap? You think it could be dissidents? Or some type of rival company? Slug runs the hotels. And the spaceport. And law knows what else. So that don't exactly narrow it down. Everything okay, Captain? It's getting harder to tell when you're twisting my limb. Something went wrong here. I really hope it wasn't the food. He's saying Miss Helen wasn't too bright. Which is, by the way, rude. Oh, my dear Law. Sir, I don't mean to be rude, but do you know what's going on with your face? Come on, Captain, it'll be fun! Not like they got mantiqueens waiting around the corner or anything. Captain, we ain't gonna tell him who did it? It was Anna Summers. She was trying her best. Be gentle with her. Yeah, he's got a bit of that Rizzo's version of Mr. Thompson look about him. I bet he thinks it's the toughest job in the company, too. Mr. Yarbo ain't exactly in his right mind, but I think there's some truth to what he said. I thought that was, a real good effort. Keep at it. I don't know if I believe her, but she's really trying her best. I'm real proud of you, Captain. Oh, sure you do. I mean, you don't deserve to... Hold on, let me start over. You deserve better. Oh, me too. We didn't get many episodes of Terror on Monarch back in the Vale, but I thought she was great in Dissidents from the Doomed Planet. That smile's gonna haunt my nightmares. I can't tell if she's happy or in serious pain. Right there with you. Whoever killed Miss Helen is still out there. Oh gosh, we're so high up. How do they keep the islands flying? Is there some kind of engine? Oh, tell me we're gonna find out. We had a museum back in the Vale. Well, sort of. We didn't have as many exhibits, but we did have marauders. Oh, wow. I was expecting some type of engine room. They got a whole engineering deck. That's about the biggest canid I ever seen. Be careful, Captain. Hey, I see the gyroscope. Wish I had a telescope like this back in the Vale. Of course, the company probably would have scrapped it for parts. Oh my stars. This is the hotel? I only ever seen a place like this in periodicals. Or that one episode of Agent Khan. Ugh. This smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool. It's real pretty up here. Almost like they cut out a piece of Terror 2 and brought it up to the sky. Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me neither. Oh, Captain, it's beautiful up here. Could we get more jobs like this one? Why would anybody bring raptidons up here? Don't this hotel have a policy on animals? Maybe there's another way through. Ooh, I think she's getting exasperated with your puns, Captain. I don't like the way they're eyeing us, Captain. I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Miss Helen's death. This port seems real busy. Wonder if they're trying to compete with the Groundbreaker. Buy a bunk, huh? I think I'll stick to my cabin, thanks. Cap, are you sure we're supposed to be here? Reminds me of Moreau's. Just a bit. Oh no. No. We heading inside, Captain? Don't worry. I got your back. I wonder what they used this bunker for. Heartless? I'm sure they're exaggerating. Oh, hey, Candy Canyon! I know this place. It's where they did Free Range Fixer. Captain, what is this place and why is everybody acting so strange? Oh, Law, they ain't cannibals, right? I don't think I've ever seen an orchard before. I mean, other than Miss McDevitt's garden. You mind if we look around a little? They got a hedge maze? Captain, we gotta. What is that sound? And why am I sure we're about to find out? Okay, just a wild stab in the dark. But I'm guessing somebody doesn't want us finding out what happened to Ms. Helen. That was fun. Can we do it again? Oh, hey. Are those wasp keto hives? Don't worry, I'll keep my distance. Miss Helen was at this lab too. We're close to finding something. I can feel it. Wonder what they were storing down here. Were they getting ready for the launch of Spectrum Brown? This place really could use a decent engineer. Are they raising parasites? Inside those vats? I am never touching Spectrum again. Oh, that's a long fall. Don't look down, Cap. Hey, Captain. Whatever happens, I just want you to know. I've always got your back. Gosh, it's actually kind of cheerful. Almost makes you forget they're probably hiding a terrible secret in there. You think that fountain's got real purple berry juice? Ooh, feels like I'm breathing rich people air. Why is everybody staring? Didn't nobody teach them to respect the dead? Oh gosh, is that Miss Helen? Can we see? Captain, please show a little respect. Is that a woolly cow? Why is there a woolly cow in the hotel? Also, why do I smell alcohol? I thought they said they were gonna clean the room. Maybe they didn't want to disturb the evidence? Can't imagine what it must be like, living down here like sprats in a wall. Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada? Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture. You think June Light would like this place? Oh, probably not. I don't think she cares much for corporate comforts. There's no room service, right? Just asking. Hey, Captain. I'm just gonna stand here quietly and hope Miss Helen doesn't look straight at me. Mostly 'cause, honestly, I don't know what to make of her yet. Huh. You think the constable set this up for us? Station, meeting point, emergency. You think it's talking about the atmospheric station? Or maybe the pilot house? Could be anywhere. Hey, you think they keep any spare parts down here? Just wondering. Wonder what they got locked away down here. I guess they use this place to unwind. A cargo container, though? You think they'd get in trouble if they were caught? Ugh, essence of sprat? Why would anybody keep a vial of... Never mind, I don't want to know. You got it, Cap. Let's see... I can either disable the failsafe entirely, or I can divert power away from the failsafe protocol and reroute it to another system. Let's just have a look-see here. This'll just take a second. Just gotta keep your power flowing, Sally. Yep, you look like a Sally to me. And done. That's awful. Wonder if this poor fella had a family. Rizzo's could have helped a lot of people with all the bits they poured into this place. That's a lot more Rizzo's than I ever want to see in my life. Somebody didn't want us talking to Dr. Blossom. You think it was Miss Helen's killer? I didn't know Rizzo's made a Gatling gun. Seems a mite unnecessary. What kind of monster kills all these people over a data cartridge? What an awful place to die. What do you think happened to her? Needle wounds. You think maybe she was killed by another lab worker? The killer might have been in a hurry. I guess that makes sense, if they were after something else. I remember those gunshots. Energy weapons don't sound that way. The killer must have been using something exotic. These people were human beings. They weren't just extras in a serial. We gotta catch whoever did this. Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Somebody around my size could have crawled in. See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. At least until the failsafes kicked in. Wouldn't have been comfortable or, clean. Ventilation shafts usually turn into sprat nests. Clean up? They were human beings. Don't you care about them at all? These people don't deserve to die, Captain. Let's try using the sedative. Dr. Blossom? Captain, we gotta hurry. I think I've had enough of Eridanos for one lifetime. I'm starting to miss our ship. I still can't believe you threw in with Administrator Ludovico. I'm glad Miss Helen's alive, but she's hurting on the inside, Captain. Anyone with eyes can see that. Bertie Holcomb couldn't have killed Miss Helen, right? I don't know if I trust Mr. Kincannon. And I get the sense he'd be real disappointed in us if we did trust him. The Prophet of Profitability? That's a funny name. You'd expect that sort of title from a serial villain and not, a grown adult. People like to poke fun at Mr. Woolrich, but I always thought he was a real gentleman. I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. What's on your mind? Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. It's more than just clouds, Captain. It's a marvel. Did you know there are storms in Eridanos that last for centuries? Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater. Yeah. We've come a long way. Oh, you can't fool me, Captain. I'm wise to your ways. I know you got a romantic heart somewhere inside that crusty shell. I'm glad you landed in the Vale, even if you did land right on top of Captain Hawthorne. You know what? I'm spoiling the moment. Let's get back to it. I always wanted to see Eridanos. Sky above, sky below, horizons without end. Thanks for bringing me along, Captain. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end. Then again, he did try to poison Ms. Helen, so now I don't know what to think. He's got a good heart. He sounded like he was real fond of Ms. Helen. I just can't see him hurting her like that. Poor guy. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. I'm sure Ms. Helen would appreciate that. Oh boy, I used to get that question back in the Vale. I'll tell you what I told everybody else. Black Hole Birdie Holcomb and I are not related. Probably. I just don't know if I can believe it. Oh, I'm glad I ain't the only one feeling that way. I don't know if anybody's told you this, but you got a real gift for inspiring people. When all of this is over, I think Helen might need your help. I'm gonna be honest, Captain. I think you made a big mistake. But it's too late to go back now. I wouldn't do that. When we left the Vale together, I said I'd watch your back. I'm staying true. Also, when you learn the hard way that Ludovico can't be trusted, you're gonna need somebody to say I told you so. Captain. Is that Primal trying to talk to us? That's a great idea! I don't see why we gotta kill canids every time we land somewhere new. She looks like she's been stuck here for an age. You're the captain. Are you on break or something? You don't want to neglect your astrogator like that. If I don't maintain Ada's systems, there's a good chance the ship will drop out of the atmosphere. That's odd. Somebody put you on this patrol route. Whoever it was forgot to define your target parameters. That's why you got confused. Yeah, I see the problem. Now hold tight. This won't hurt a bit. Why would you drink the mystery milk? Oh, you know, Cap, some days I really worry about you. We can help her out, right? Won't take too long if we're on the job. That don't usually happen by accident. I think she's trying to pull one over on us. Aw, Captain. You got a real kind heart. If Phaeton's internal gyroscope's off-center, it's gonna spell trouble for the whole complex. Attitude means the orientation of a spacecraft relative to the horizon. In other words, the complex has to maintain a constant attitude and heading, or we could all, well, crash. This fella sounds way too happy at the thought of killing terror rays. You think we should trust him? Smells kinda like old Bess's outflow pipes. Ugh. Junlei's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these. It's so cozy, Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Wow, okay. There's a lot of people here. Too many. Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor old sweetie. I'm not gonna look at anything but the floor, Vicar. There's too many eyeballs. Gosh, ain't that handsome. Wow. I guess Mr. Wells wasn't kidding about being a wanted man. I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him. This is way bigger than Mr. Wells' little station. You could fit the whole Vale in here. Are those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant? I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though. Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room? I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch. Okay? You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for? Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages. I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life. I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything. We're not gonna have to hurt nobody, are we? Is it Mr. Wells, the fella who woke you? How bad could he be? I ever say I used to do plumbing work in Edgewater? Because I smelt the like of this afore. Spoken like a mechanical who's looking for an aftermarket sense mod. Mr. Wells didn't seem so bad to me. I might twitchy, sure. You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason? I'm gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet. Well, I know Monarch's a moon, but I think it counts anyhow. Wow. Byzantium. I guess that'll be pretty crowded. It's over now, right? We don't have to do that again. Ever? Nope, nope, nope. Did not like. Too much touching. Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb. One person gets all this space. Just to sign papers all day? That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real. Is that why everyone in Edgewater's been getting sicker and sicker? And that's gonna start happening everywhere? Oh, Captain, we gotta do something. Oh, gosh. Everything's so... everything. I think I'm gonna cry. Oh no, I could put these parts to much better use. We're gonna stop to salvage this, right? If you could just leave me back at the ship, I'm sure there's something I ought to be fixing now. We're not gonna do this, are we? Promise me. Aw, I was hoping we could bring him home. You'd let me have a giant sprat, right, Captain? So long as I fed it? Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all. You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings? Is that supposed to be a model of the system? It's not super accurate. Tall. You think the privy's gold-plated too? Wow, look at the size of this basement. If someone back home wanted to make a secret lab, they'd have to put it in a closet. You think someone gave him bad directions? I wonder if that'd fix Edgewater. Guess we'll never know. Ooh, a wreck! Can we check it for parts? Never know when you might need a backup regulator. I would've liked to seen this place. Before it was all boarded up. I bet it lit up the night. I hope Edgewater don't end up like this. There's an awful lot of rustling and growling out there, Captain. I don't think I like this place one little bit. I guess this is what Edgewater's gonna look like in a couple years. We gotta get over there, Captain. Maybe they're still alive. As your engineer, I advise you not to set foot on that. Especially the bendy parts. We ought to see if anybody's still alive. They might be too weak to call for help. What happened here? Everybody here looks wore out. Is it just me? Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the dead critters. Ugh, folk who talk like that make me nervous. Saying we when they mean I. Mr. Bryant's eyes were all squirrely. I don't think he means ill, but didn't make me feel safe. I wonder how they punch a signal through the gas giant's magnetic field. It can't be easy. Oh, I always wanted to poke through a high-gain wireless. They only got one on Terra 2, you know. Up in Byzantium. I don't think we needed to do that, Captain. You know in an Aetherwave serial when somebody says, I got a bad feeling about this place. Pretend I just did that. Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't eat, because the smell here is 100% barf. We ought to camp out here tonight, you know? Make a little fire, sing songs. This is fun, isn't it? Nice views, a little exercise and fresh air. Well, and sulfury, spory air. On behalf of everyone who gets the creepies from big bugs, I vote we head back to the ship for a shower. Who's with me? I don't like the way folks are looking at me, Captain. Like I'm a sandwich. Maybe I could stand a little closer to you. Oh, well, this is certainly a town, I think. You know how there's folk who are all crusty outside but warm and squishy inside? I'm pretty sure she's crust all the way through. I don't think I like Miss Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing, though she swears awful much. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. Oh no. There's something yucky in my hair. You sure we ought to go this way, Captain? Yep. We'll be keeping watch here. I'll keep an eye on things out here. Why's everything on this moon gotta be so big and angry? From a distance, marauders seem like folks. Is anybody even looking to cure them, I wonder? Are you two okay? Captain, is there any way we could stop this? There's so few people here, and they're trying to kill each other? You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind off the sea helps. Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery. I wonder who used to live here. Do you suppose anyone remembers anymore? Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin. I don't got much use for sulfur in my own work. Neat that it's here, though. Miss McDevitt used to say that plants need sulfur to grow, and here there's just tubs of it lying about. I almost feel bad for her. I'm gonna be sick. Oh, no. No. How can we explain this to folks? Everybody with missing family will wonder if these people... How many others do you suppose they killed? The way I was raised, if something's busted, you take the time to fix the ill. Don't toss it away and buy another. Mr. Bryant believes in a fine ideal. I don't much care for the way he aims to get there. I wish that ship had never crashed. I should have ripped its guts out, blown it apart. I gotta stop this. Even if it made you mad. Away from the board, fighting off hungry monsters, folks still find cause to kill each other. Poor fella. Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain. Oh! Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all. Hello? Anybody here? There we go. Almost done. Whew! Watch your step, Captain. Someone's left traps all over. I hope it was quick. What an awful brave thing to do. And look how loved he was for it. Wow. She's right majestic, huh, Captain? It's almost a shame we had to put her down. Imagine being locked up in a place like this. Just the weight of all that stone and steel. Ugh, it's making me sick. This might be the loneliest place in the whole system. What use does a prison have for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates? Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you all. We're really doing this, huh? Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here. We're just gonna walk in? I mean, it's a secret right on it. Mysterious doors are the funnest sorts of doors. Isn't this pretty, Captain? I love all the trees. We ought to go places like this more. Ooh, zappy fence. I wonder if I could rig up the airlock with one of these. You know, to repel boarders. Or salesmen. We didn't have many trees in Edgewater. Seems a shame to cut them down. That was made for the 50th anniversary of the Hope. I remember that. I just got back from school. Dad set candles on our doorstep. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be on fire. That's gotta be where Mr. Jameson is. Hope he's okay. Captain? Something bit them. Something with more teeth than is strictly necessary. Shouldn't we be looking into that distress call? Not that I mislike feeling the wind in my hair. They left their own outside to die? Was it that bad? Oh yeah, I know what this is. Sometimes folks at the cannery would ask me to set these up for them. Don't they have anybody to greet arrivals? For paperwork or ticketing or what all? That's a good week of work just to get the engine to turn over. You reckon that's how the bad guys got there? Ugh. If I had to look at those yellow walls all day, I'd make a point to sleep on the roof. How do you suppose that stuff's used? Do you drink it, or is it like perfume? I'm not interested, just curious. I don't know about Dr. Crane's research, but we ought to find Mr. Jameson. He's gotta be all alone and scared. Oh boy, I don't think I'm ready for another bar crawl, Captain. You think the other 16 were closed? Maybe on account of health code violations? I'm gonna guess that all the nothing in that safe isn't what we were expected to find. Oh my gosh. This is... Please say we don't gotta walk through that. Oh, look at how big she is! Wow. We're not going in there, are we? I think you could jimmy that one proper, Captain. Doesn't look too tough. You reckon it's normal in a lab like this to just leave weapons all over? Or is it just whoever works here? Smells like they got a backup somewheres. Maybe even a fatberg. Oh, nasty. Now we don't gotta kill any of them. That's mighty decent of you, Captain. I hope that wasn't a load-bearing wall. We're coming, Mr. Jameson! Somebody needs us, Captain. All this space, and this is all they get to sleep in? I don't even know how you can get a kitchen this dirty with just canned food. This must be where Mr. Shaw's been working. Looks like they started terraforming the place, but gave up halfway. This is real space, isn't it? Empty and silent. I never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but Captain, this place is supposed to be empty, yeah? 'Cause I got the queerest feeling. It's a touch different from the ones I seen. Shouldn't be so hard to get it patched up, though. Oh, wouldn't the quiet get to you? Knowing there's nobody out there? No one at all? Somebody lives all the way out here? Surrounded by aether? Are these folks friendly or not? That's what I want to know. It looks pretty busy for a spot way out on the backside of no place. Why is it we find fights every place we go? Oh, this is foilsome. A lonely place to die. In 1,000 years, they'll still be lying out here. Some of these folks are sublight. Who are the other ones? Seems pointless, though. You gotta leave it on forever. And the pylons. Else the air just drifts off. Reckon that explains how we ain't dead. But without the pylons, all the O2 this thing's cracking from the ice would just drift off. You sure you want to go in there, Felix? You know you don't gotta. Those must be the folks Felix is looking for. I don't think they're good sorts, Captain. Some of these folks are sublight. The others... Felix, are those the folks you're looking for? Should be a snap to hack that terminal since you got all the info now, Captain. Poor fella. You think he did it to himself, Captain? That's real sad. Oh, gosh. He's dead, ain't he? Awful empty around here. Where'd everybody go? No one to talk to for miles and miles. Ooh, gives me the shivers. If there's a security manual, that must mean there's a security terminal around here somewhere. Right, Captain? As quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place. Oh, law. They've been left here. All alone. My dad used to say words have power. You proved him true. Step lively, Captain. The floor's got teeth. Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce. Hold on a tick. Don't we know Chartrand? From Cascadia? Let's give these little fellas a wide berth, Captain. Here I was, hoping we wouldn't have to hurt anybody.
Oh, are you handsome? Looks like you got yourself a little snack.
You hear that humming? Sounds like some kind of generator.
Captain! What did she ever do to you? Let's try being friendly. Maybe they'll try it back. Captain, don't do that. It's mean. Hi, I'm the girlfriend. Nice one, Captain. Help the people of Groundbreaker live safe and happy lives out here in the void.
A family. Or something near to it. We don't always get along or nothing, but what family does? Might not want to walk too close to some of this wiring, ma'am. I don't think any of it's been grounded. It's been 5 years, ma'am. I'm sorry. I read there's plants on Monarch that eat people. Nothing quiet about eating folks, if you ask me. If we ain't doing this for people, I don't see the point. People's all there is.
Sorry. He gets like this sometimes. Sorry, she gets like this sometimes.
I've been asking myself this every night, ma'am. And I'm starting to think the answer is nothing. Grief does that to you. Makes holes in your memory. At least there's some peace in forgetting.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk. Felix! What if it's hurt?
Big empty window like that? That's gotta be haunted.
Oh, law, I'm getting goosebumps.
It's so empty.
Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right. Huh. I've never seen one of these before. You think it's some kind of bunker thing? Oh, my law. This is just like that episode of Virginia Yang, Girl Detective, where the old fella dies and his nurse inherits his house. What if we find a body?
Stay on your guard, Captain. I think she's expecting us.
Captain, what's come over you?
I just wish they could have mended things. Been a family again. Did it have to end like this? Ain't nothing good ever come out of a place like this, Captain. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
Those big empty windows. It feels like the building's watching me.
Oh, law, I'm getting goosebumps. Ain't nothing good left in you. Whatever humanity you had once,
that's all gone now, ain't it? It was the right choice, Captain. I know it was. I just wish we hadn't needed to make it.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am. It's awful big of you, being willing to mend fences after what all happened.
That took a lot of guts, Felix. Oh, come on, Captain. What's a grand adventure without a little romance?
I hope she really can help the colony. You can't be everywhere at once after all, Captain. You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about. Maybe so, Captain, but I can't help feeling family should come first. Else, what are we working for? Oh, that hurts my heart to hear, ma'am. My dad was real dedicated to his work, too, but he always let me help.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
How could you live with having all that weight on your conscience?
But a lot of folks are gonna suffer in the meantime. And you don't even know if it'll work. It ain't about who's accountable. Those people are hurting, and they're hurting others. You could help them.
And what about you, ma'am? Don't you deserve a chance to fix your troubles with her? Don't you both deserve that? Made me feel, I don't know, special. Like I had something to offer. I wish you could have had that with your mother. I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
Oh, Captain, we're in a proper mystery now. A good mystery always starts with trouble, Captain. Where's your sense of adventure?
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy? Remind me to ask Ada what else she got trapped.
I thought we were safe in the Aether. Oh, law, I'm gonna have nightmares about this for weeks. But Captain, canids are allergic to chocolate. Oh, my law, canids! Oh, look at their little tails! Look at those wiggles! You think that means we're friends? I sure hope these folks don't mind us borrowing this. Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
Oh, what happened to these poor folks? It can't be the storm that did this.
Law have mercy! This thing's orbit is stable, right? Ada checked before we docked. Captain?
Oh, what a machine.
You sure we can't hang around for a bit? I want to get a look at its innards.
I don't think this fella's entirely in his right mind. I did the same after my dad passed. Except I binged cereals. Mr. Thompson said he was real proud of my work ethic. That seems a kind of curse, Mr. Lowe. Not being able to forget, not even the bad things. I hope you got folks that can care for you after this is through.
Oh, what if they got under your skin, or up your nose, or... Oh, law, now I got the willies.
Are you sure that's such a good idea, Captain? Seems like this fella's head's already in the clouds.
Now ain't the time for teasing, Captain. Poor lady sounds scared half to death. Bless you. Now hold on. I got questions about the size of this tossball team. Starting to hope I get to meet this jerk, just so I can give him a good kick in the shins. Psst. Captain, the lady is asking if he had any bright ideas.
You two really loved each other once. How'd this all go so wrong?
No, wait, Captain! I don't really know what all that means, but it sounds like you got her on the right track, Captain. Oh, hell, Captain. I thought we were really getting somewhere. Is she saying that's good? She's happy?
Yeesh, that's cold. Even for her.
She must have loved him a lot.
I can't help but wonder what this lady's own parents were like.
If she really agreed with Mr. Wells, she'd be out there helping him, not holed up here on this rock. I thought we were negotiating, Captain.
Wow. Okay. You're the boss, I guess.
I don't know about you, but I ain't ever been moved to help someone who threatens me.
Mr. Thompson was always telling us that it was folks' lack of work ethic that sent him down the path to madness. Now we know the truth.
So you're just gonna let it fall apart? You ain't even want to fight? This is your home, too. At least Mr. Wells is trying. This lady might have some good ideas, but all she's done is hide. Even if you manage to change the laws and what all, the board could just ignore them. Ain't no one holding them to account except themselves.
She might have a point, Captain. Is the board really gonna fix a mess they made their own selves? They haven't done such before. Back on Terra 2, I couldn't see past Edgewater. I thought our troubles were everybody's. Now I ain't so sure. After all we've seen of this lady, are we sure this ain't a trap? You're welcome, ma'am. I hope you take this life and do something better with it. Why does it feel like we've done this before? In Byzantium, folks were living comfortable. They had nice streets, lots of food, and ain't any of them have to work a second for it. When the board closed up shop on Monarch, they left all those folks to die. And there weren't nothing the workers could do about it. I think maybe there's a safe, easy halcyon for the fancy folks, like you. And there's a hard, mean halcyon for the rest of us, and I don't much like it.
I'm just saying, when's it ever hurt to try talking first?
That don't make any sense. How could marauders get to Edgewater from all the way out here? My friends and neighbors became marauders, Captain. They hurt a lot of folks, and Edgewater still ain't the same. If this place caused that, I want to know. Mr. Thompson used to say marauders are just folks whose spirits have been weakened by charity and laziness. You mean that wasn't true? I could give it a shot. Let me just... Huh. Okay. Weird way to do that, but there ain't no accounting for sense.
Aw, Captain, they're friends. There we go. All I had to do was convince this old girl here that 73% was the new 100%. Easy as salt tuna and sawdust pie.
No, sir. Don't think I can. No, ma'am. Don't think I can.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth. That's my captain. You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not. You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out? Oh, this looks just like one of those bars in the detective serials.
I get now why Miss Ambrose would want to clear her mom's name. If the folks responsible for Edgewater's woes tried to blame him on my dad, I couldn't have let it stand. And that Lucian fella? I got this feeling he only wants that journal to make bits. He ain't gonna do anything that don't benefit him first. That might have been enough for me back in Edgewater, but after all we've seen of Halcyon? Captain, someone should have said no. There's a lot of smart people in Halcyon, and ain't all of them work for Spacer's Choice.
If the folks here couldn't help the colony, maybe they shouldn't be in charge. Don't matter where things started if they ended at Marauders. Ain't nothing in Halcyon that can justify that. Or give those people their lives back. The folks down here dedicated their lives to fixing Halcyon. They were supposed to be the company's best and brightest. How'd they lose their way? Worse than wrong, Captain. Catastrophic. And a whole lot of ordinary people who trusted them ended up dead. Some of their folks ain't entirely bad. They made Edgewater's walls strong and kept our water running. But mucking about with our biology? Our bodies? It's wrong. How can you see what they've done here and not want to hold someone responsible? Mr. Lowe was in pain, Captain, and this place is what hurt him. He may be smart, but he didn't build it alone. A lot of fancy people had a hand in this nightmare. Since we've been traveling together, we've visited a lot of places that set my teeth on edge. This here makes my skin crawl. Maybe the how ain't matter so much as the why. Why did Spacer's Choice let this happen? And what's to stop them from doing worse to Edgewater? But Gorgon's been a ruin for years and years. You think they've been here the whole time? Now, hold on. I thought this place was supposed to be abandoned. You think that could have been the spooky voice from OCI? The one calling themselves the Ghost? We made it through Chem, okay? We can make it through this. Right? I reckon we've seen the worst of Halcyon already. How bad could this be? They knew, Captain. Spacer's Choice knew all along what Adrenatime did, and they sold it anyway. All this cruelty done to regular working folks without even a shred of regret. And what's dogging me is... why? I can't accept that, Captain. The folks responsible for this nightmare, they were capable of kindness. But they chose cruelty. There ain't a reason in the universe that could justify what Spacer's Choice did here. Not one. We can walk out the door, sure, but... this kind of thing, it sticks in your mind. Follows you. I'm scared I ain't ever gonna shake it loose. I knew this place wasn't gonna be some pleasant seaside stroll, Captain, but I don't know how I can live with what we've seen here. Someone's gotta do something about this. Gotta hold folks to account. Maybe it should be us. Maybe Miss Ambrose can help fix things once she's cleared her family name. She could hold the board's feet to the fire. Make 'em pay. I don't think that Lucian fella's planning to use that journal for good, Captain. I'd bet he got no intention of making right all that Spacer's Choice has done wrong. Respectfully, Captain, I don't see how that can be. Folks died. Spacer's Choice knew about it. They released Adrenatime on the colony anyway. I don't know how much more of this I can take, Captain. I'm about to chew my own hands off with nerves. This is sick. I can't bear it any longer. Can't help wondering if we're doing the right thing. For us, the Ambroses, or even Halcyon. Maybe there's some way we can get them to work together and fix this. How many places just like Gorgon do you think Spacer's Choice has got? Or Auntie Cleo's? Gets my guts in a twist just thinking about it. I don't mean to sound judgy, Captain, but that Lucian fella don't feel right. It ain't like Spacer's Choice folk to be that polite. I hope we can help Miss Minnie uncover what happened to her mother. I wouldn't wish the pain of not knowing on hardly anyone. It's a shame about what happened to that lucky fella. Maybe finishing what he started will help put his spirit to rest. You want to ask about anything in particular, Captain? Alrighty. You change your mind, you just holler. What we seen in Human Inquiry? I never really believed in good or evil, Captain, but I'm starting to. It sure is lonely out here, on the edge of the colony. Could you believe the Office of Creative Incubation? That's gotta be the fanciest place in all of Halcyon. I don't want to be mean, Captain, but I can't help wondering if Miss Minnie is telling us the whole story about Gorgon. The stuff we saw in that chem lab really got my brain spinning, Captain. I ain't want to sound like a quitter, Captain, but I'm about ready to put this place behind us. Not a word. And I've been sticking my nose in every one of our stately ladies' crannies, stem to stern. Nuh-uh. Dad wouldn't let me near it. Dad always said I couldn't keep my thoughts to myself, even when I wasn't speaking. Oh, law! That sounds untoward, don't it? That ain't what I meant. Point is, Captain, Mr. Hawthorne left all kinds of scribblings behind panels and under consoles, but ain't a lick of it mentioned Mr. Lucky. So whatever they got up to in the past must have been really extra secret. And lots of fun. I was curious up till you killed that lady. She didn't even raise a hand to you, and you just murdered her. Now I'm frightened. And that Lucian didn't make me feel any better. He acts polite, but he talks like a snake. Almost sorta kinda wish we knew more, Captain. You sure you ain't want to go back and talk to that lady?
Get the lay of the land? None of my business if you don't, of course. I know you got your own way of doing things. Anything could happen. And ain't no one gonna come to help us. Her mother worked there for years and years, and she doesn't know hardly the first thing about it? It seems fishy. And in the serials, mysteries always got a twist. Well, Virginia Yang, that girl detective, she'd say to check your theories at the door. Just look at the facts and follow the clues. Me? I just want to fix what's been broke. A bad snake. Not like those leather boas outside Edgewater. They're sweet. I can't read your mind. You can be a real closed book when you set your mind to it. Well, except for the board's offices. I bet those are 100 times fancier. Sorry ain't gonna make it better, Captain. That lady had a right to her own life. No amount of apologizing can bring her back. I just hope the law's got its own plan for you. Can't imagine how, though. You can only put gold so many places. You heard me say that when we walked into OCI, huh? It makes me hoppin' mad, Captain. Every day I was begging Mr. Thompson for just the basics I needed to do my job. And every day it was, mend, Parvati, make do. How am I supposed to do that when the cannery ain't even safe to fix? A timing belt wears out, a gear cracks, and blades go flying. Folks lost limbs, Captain. Also, some bigwig could have a comfier chair? You're joking. But I bet you ain't far off. You do got a taste for the finer things. I'm gonna hold you to that, Captain. There's good people in this colony, and they got the right to live good lives. I used to think that, but now I ain't so sure. No one needs marble floors to live, Captain. Maybe they should've. Edgewater would have been better off looking after its own self if all the board could do for us was a whole lot of nothing. Folks there, they were like a family. Living and working together to change the colony, but the thing they made hurt people. Made marauders of them. Do you think they knew it would happen, Captain? I guess I'm just wondering what's worse. If they hurt folks on accident, or if they did it on purpose. You'd think so, right? All them smart folks. So they ain't responsible for what Adrenatime did to Halcyon. The result's the same, but knowing how they got there matters. Elsewise, how do we stop the corpse from doing it again? Maybe? I think so. Most folks are just trying to get by, to do right for them and theirs. Sometimes that makes them do wrong, but forcing folks to fight each other? And throwing the dead ones away like they're trash? Like they were never really people? Ain't no reason in the soil or the void can justify that. It's plain evil. That ain't a justification. It's an excuse. Then they should have stopped the moment someone got hurt. Instead, they let it keep happening. Nobody deserves what HIA did to them. No matter what they done. Even torment and kill the folks they're meant to care for. You might be right, Captain, but I gotta believe we're better than that. Ain't hard to get sent to Tartarus. Even looking at a guard sideways can be all it takes if you catch him in a sour mood. Heck, I bet we've broke more laws in the last week than most folks do in their entire danged lives. We're criminals too. Only way that happens is if they don't care about the ones getting hurt. I saw the same on the cannery line nearly every day. Thinking about what Spacer's Choice did on Gorgon, did to Halcyon, it makes me sick. And real scared. But never mind me. Let's get that journal to Miss Minnie. We're gonna help her bring the truth to light. Except maybe you. He was a real big believer in rest. Not his own, mind you. Mine. A drug was no substitute for that, he said. No matter what Mr. Thompson told us. He never did follow his own advice. He worked himself to death. And the company didn't even thank him for it. Not that he told me, but Edgewater was a big town then, and it only had me and him to keep it running. Most nights after I got to bed, he'd just keep working. I always wondered how he had the stamina. Turns out he didn't. Thank you for saying so, Captain. He died a long while ago now, but it ain't something you ever get over. You just learn to live with it. I'm still learning. I don't think I ever put it in precisely those words before. He would have looked after his health if he could. He always looked after mine. I'm sure he would have liked to, but Mr. Thompson refused to hire him a partner, and Edgewater needed him. He wasn't about to let the town down. My dad was still young when he passed, but he had the body of an old man. The company did that. Not him. Sure thing, Captain. Is that a saying? Do folks say that? You sure do. Here I thought purple berries were a Halcyon native. No? I mean, I don't think so. I thought for sure you spoke with your mouth parts. Anyway, all I means to say is this Lucian fella's got me real uneasy. Especially since you killed Miss Minnie. I've been churning on that phonograph we found. The one belonging to Dr. Ambrose? The one where she says Spacer's Choice tested Adrenatime in Edgewater? They shouldn't have been testing on folks at all. The moment it started hurting them, they should have chucked it into the void. By the time they sent that drug to Edgewater, they knew it hurt people. That it made them violent and stole their minds, but they did it anyway. Edgewater was already fraying at the edges, and they tore it right to bits, all to make money. I just can't conscience that kind of cruelty no matter how hard I try. It just makes me want to scream. Thanks for letting me talk, Captain. I've been needing to get that off my chest. By working with the board? Pardon me for saying so, but I ain't so sure. We keep working with Mr. Phineas, and we just might. I can feel it. We can't fix the past, Captain, but we can change the future. I hope. I still ain't used to folks asking my thoughts, Captain. Sorry they all came tumbling out at once. Oh, but I thought you wanted to hear... Forget it. I ain't saying Edgewater's more important than anywhere else, mind. Just that it's personal, you know? It's home. Thanks for hearing me out. After what we've seen here, I don't think they got anyone's interest at heart but their own. Ain't no good can come out of turning that machine back on, Captain. Not after what we've seen here. With Miss Minnie dead, who's to stop Spacer's Choice from doing Adrenatime all over again, but worse? Even with Miss Minnie at the helm, how can we be sure Spacer's Choice doesn't do Adrenatime all over again, but worse? I know she ain't exactly a nice lady, and it's her fault the colony's even in this mess in the first place. Dr. Ambrose means to make certain they can't even try, but she means to stop the hurt she caused. We gotta help her try. That's the board in you talking, Captain. You can't deny we've seen Spacer's Choice do some real cruel things just to make an extra bit. Folks in Edgewater work themselves to nubs for Spacer's Choice, and not a single thing got better for it. I think Felix has been right all along. The board's never had our interests at heart, and bootlicking won't change that. It's the board that's keeping Halcyon from working right. A better drug ain't gonna make 'em stop. I knew you'd understand, Captain. Whatever good or bad you've done, your heart's always been with Halcyon. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. Ain't many folks have ever done that for me. You always been a pragmatic sort, I know, but think on the hurt we've seen venturing around Halcyon. All them sick folks we've had to kill just to save our skins. I know you're gonna do what you want no matter what I say, but I hope you take this serious, Captain. I sure do. You mean like on a cure? Now there's a powerful notion. It won't be easy, that's for sure. Dr. Ambrose thinks Minnie's good for nothing, and Minnie thinks her mom hates her. If we could somehow show him that ain't true, and that a cure's even possible. Captain, it just might work. If something good comes out of all this, I'll be beside myself. Thanks for asking my thoughts, Captain. Would you really want to risk making all that worse when we could finally end it for good? You think this place we're headed will tell us more about Gorgon? I wonder what they got up to here. Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper. Wow. Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way? Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe. I got your back, Captain. Ain't a single mantisaur gonna sneak up on us. There sure are an awful lot of marauders on this abandoned asteroid. Are all these marauders former townsfolk? Oh, this looks just like the abandoned parts of Edgewater. Whatever happened here must have been real bad if Spacer's Choice just up and abandoned it. A lot of the equipment here's still in good shape. Wouldn't go amiss in Edgewater. I've been better. But thank you for asking. Anyone else feel like the walls are almost leaning in? I hear something big scuttling over yonder. I sure hope that spooky person on the screen ain't waiting for us. I'm about ready to jump out of my skin as it is. We're looking for a comms tower, right? Ought to be one of the tallest things around, if it's gonna get a signal past these canyons. What happened to all these people? Folks used to live here. Folks just like us, Captain. Oh no. This whole time I've been hoping he was still alive. Wow. You ever seen bones this cool? Watch your step, Captain. Traps there, and there, over there. Well, just about everywhere. I ain't think we're welcome here, Captain. Let's move quick and stick together. Ain't no one dying on my watch. This can't be worse than anything we already seen, right? Don't look, don't look, don't look. Sure would be a bad time for an earthquake. You think a voice lock's hard to make? Kinda wonder if I should put one in the bathroom to keep Sam from smashing up the toilet. Ooh, this is so exciting! I never seen a voice lock in action before. You think a voice lock's hard to make? Maybe I could take some parts off the cleaner mech in storage and put one on my berth.
Is this one of those research outposts we're looking for? Wow. Get a load of this view. Someone set up a little research outpost all the way up here. Wow. Would you look at the view? This has gotta be one of those research sites we're looking for. It's sort of lonesome, isn't it? Looks to be someone was doing some research down here. Gosh, what a lonesome place. You see a comic anywhere in all this mess? Looks like someone had a real fondness for sticky notes. What were they doing all the way back here? Oh, smells something awful. Poor fella had his outpost set up right near the trash. Someone was doing research right near the dump. Ugh, smells something awful. Now what do you suppose this is? Some kind of secret hideout? This must have been where those researchers had their hideout.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me. There's something mystical about this thing. Almost holy. Is that weird? Is it weird if this thing kind of reminds me of the OSI building back in Edgewater? Like it's sort of holy?
It's gonna be fine. We can do this. Maybe we can make her see reason. Convince her to change. People can change, right? There's a vent in the corner. Bet that's a way out. Watch your hands, Captain. Be a bad time to lose them. Well, I guess any time to be a bad time, but especially now. All right. Now we can finally get that journal and get the heck out of here. Sure we can't take a detour so I can fix that elevator? Now here's a right cozy spot for a desk.
Talk about death by 1,000 paper cuts. Law, look at the size of this thing. Like some kind of slumbering beast. I sure hope we did the right thing, Captain. But knowing Spacer's choice, right won't stop him from doing wrong.
Don't you go touching nothing you ain't ought to, Felix. You're gonna need those hands to give the board the finger. Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's choice was building this? They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just Saltuna. Come on, we got a volcano too.
Ugh. Ain't no one should have to go like that. I hope their passing was swift.
Oh, wow. I think this screen's taller than my entire shop back home.
Shoot. This place got me feeling like I might dirty it up just by looking at it.
I always wanted to be in a proper mystery. Oh, Captain, we're in a proper mystery now.
Almost hard to believe something so awful as Adrena time came from a place that looks so normal. What was Mr. Lowe doing with all these primals?
Oh, traps ahead. Maybe behind, too. Traps just about everywhere, Captain.
It looks so homey. Like a family lived here. All that goodness turned to such devilish ends.
Mr. Lowe was awfully messy, wasn't he?
I'd have hoped a smart fella like Mr. Lowe would know better than to test his super drug on primals. Gonna be a relief to see the stars again. This cave's making me all jumpy. Normal aside from the bodies, I mean. And the blood. Law, so much blood. Oh, Law. It reeks like death warmed over. I'm gonna hurl. Oh my Law. What is that smell? It's so homey, almost. Whatever brought these folks here, they were just people. Same as us. I thought these folks were supposed to be volunteers. Why do they got 'em bunking like prisoners? Wow, you could spy on just about everyone from here. Mr. Thompson would have been over the moon. This place is near identical to the Edgewater cannery. What the hell? I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. I don't want to see no more. I can't take this. We need to talk.
No! This is bad! Sam's busted! Sam? Sam? Max is hurt! Mr. Vicker? Max! Oh no! Felix! Felix! Felix, get up! Oh no! Nyoka! Nyoka's down! Ellie, no! Ellie's hurt! Ellie's down! Cap! Ellie's down! Ellie needs help! Sam's down! Get up, Sam! Max! Hold on! Max! No! Felix is hurt! Felix is down! Cap! We gotta help Felix! Nyoka's been hit! Captain! Nyoka needs help! Nyoka! Hold on! Sorry! It's nothing personal, I swear. Nothing personal, I swear. No hard feelings, okay? I'll fix you right up! I see a nail! You got it, Captain! You got it, Captain! Here I go! Here goes nothing! Attacking! Attacking! I'm on it! I'm on it!
Attacking! Attacking! I'm on it! I'm on it!
Attacking! I'm on it! Leave it to me! Leave him to me. Let's go. Let's go. Leave him to me. Leave him to me. Let's go. Let's go. Leave him to me. Leave him to me. Let's go. Let's go. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. On it. On it. I'm keen. I'm keen. All right. All right. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure, Cap. Sure, Cap. Yep. Yep. On it. On it. I'm keen. I'm keen. All right. All right. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure, Cap. Sure, Cap. Yep. Yep. On it. On it. I'm keen. I'm keen. All right. All right. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure thing. Sure, Cap. Sure, Cap. Yep. Yep. Sure. Sure. I'm going. I'm going. Sure. Sure. I'm going. I'm going. Sure. Sure. I'm going. Gotcha. Gotcha. Sure. On my way. Sure. On my way. Sure thing. Sure thing. Gotcha. 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 Sure. On my way. Sure. On my way. Sure thing. Sure thing. Gotcha. Gotcha. Sure. On my way. Sure. On my way. Sure thing. Sure thing. Moving. Moving. Heading out. Heading out. All right. I'm on the move. All right. I'm on the move. No problem. I'll head over. No problem. I'll head over. Okay. Okay. Kay. Moving out. Kay. Moving out. Got it. Got it. Moving. 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 Headed out. Heading out. Heading out. All right. I'm on the move. All right. I'm on the move. All right. I'm on the move. No problem. I'll head over. No problem. I'll head over. Okay. Okay. Kay. Moving out. Kay. Moving out. Got it. Got it. Moving. Moving. Heading out. Heading out. All right. I'm on the move. No problem. I'll head over. Okay. Kay. Moving out. Kay. Moving out. Got it. Can't do that. I can't do that. Sorry. Can't do that. Sorry. Can't do that. Sorry. I can't. Sorry. I can't. That's not possible. That's not possible. Can't do that. I can't do that. Sorry. Can't do that. Sorry. Can't do that. Sorry. I can't. Sorry. I can't. That's not possible. That's not possible. I can't do that! Can't do that! Sorry, can't do that! Sorry, can't do that! Sorry, I can't! Sorry, I can't! That's not possible! That's not possible! Can't do it. Can't do it. No can do. No can do. Sorry, I can't do it. Sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. No can do. No can do. Sorry, I can't do it. Sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it! Can't do it! No can do! No can do! Sorry, I can't do it! Sorry, I can't do it! Wish I could. Wish I could. Sorry, won't work. Sorry, won't work. Won't work. Won't work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Wish I could. I wish I could. Sorry, won't work. Sorry, it won't work. Won't work. Won't work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Wish I could. Wish I could. Sorry, won't work. Sorry, won't work. It won't work. Won't work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Be right there. Be right there. Heading back. Heading back. On my way. On my way. Be right there. Be right there. Heading back. Heading back. On my way. On my way. Be right there. On my way. In a jiff. 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 Coming back. Coming back. Heading back. Heading back. On my way. On my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yep. Be right over. Yep. Be right over. Coming. Coming. Coming back. Coming back. Heading back. Heading back. On my way. On my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yep. Be right over. Yep. Be right over. Coming. Coming. Coming back. Heading back. On my way. I'm on my way. Yep. Be right over. Coming. Good work. Good work. We're in. We're in. Good work. Good work. We're in. We're in. Nice. Nice. Wow. Wow. Nice. Nice. Wow. 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 That was quick. That was quick. Oh, neat. Oh, neat. Good going. Good going. That was quick. That was quick. Oh, neat. Oh, neat. Oh, neat. Ain't that keen? Ain't that keen? Ain't that keen? Ain't that keen? Great job. Great job. You did it. Oh, you did it. Great job. Great job. You did it. Oh, you did it. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. That was swell. That was swell. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. That was swell. That was swell. Dang, look at that. Dang, look at that. Look at you, Cap. Look at you, Cap. Dang, look at that. Dang, look at that. Look at you, Cap. Look at you, Cap. So what's the plan? What's the plan? Ready when you are. Ready when you are. So what's the plan? What's the plan? Ready when you are. Ready when you are. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? I wonder what Junlei's up to. Wonder what Junlei's up to. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. Looking out. Looking out. See anything? See anything? Hey, take your time. Hey, take your time. Where to? Where to? What next? What next? What do you want? Nice. Nice. Easy. Easy. Nice. Nice. Easy. Easy. That was quick. That was quick. Nice. 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 That was quick. That was quick. Oh, clever. Clever. You're fast. You're fast. Wow. Oh, wow. Quiet work. Quiet work. Good work. Good work. Good work. Good work. Shh. Shh. Hey, good work. 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 Great work.
Great work. Nicely done. Nicely done. Great work. Great work. Nicely done. Nicely done. Wow, you got that? Wow, you got that? Deft hands, Cap. Deft hands, Cap. Wow, you got that? Wow, you got that? Deft hands, Cap. Deft hands, Cap. Dang, that's impressive. Dang, that's impressive. I wish I could do that. Wish I could do that. Wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Gosh, that's clever. Gosh, that's clever. Dang, that's impressive. Dang, that's impressive. Wish I could do that. Wish I could do that. Gosh, that's clever. Gosh, that's clever. Hey, good work. Hey, good work. Hey, good work. Hey, good work. Behind you, Captain! Watch out, Captain! Cap, watch out! Cap, behind you! Watch out, Cap! Cap to your left! On your left, Captain! Cap to your right! On your right, Cap! Nice hit! Got him! Good one! Well, that's gotta hurt. That's smarts. No! Get up! No! Captain, no! Not you! Get up, Cap! Captain! Finally! Finally! We're not getting through! We're not getting through! Can't get past that armor! It's not working! That didn't work! Try something else! It's bouncing off! Armor's too strong! Hit it with something else! Corrosives won't work! Corrosives ain't doing it! Corrosives don't work! Corrosives won't work! Try something else! Corrosive ain't working! Plasma isn't working! Plasma ain't working! Plasma won't work on him! Plasma won't get through! Plasma's no good! Try something else! N-rays aren't working! N-rays won't work! N-rays are useless on him! N-rays won't work! Gotta try something else! N-rays won't stop him! Shocking him won't work! Shocking him won't work! Shocking him won't do much! Shocking him won't help! Shocking him won't work! Better try something else! Nice one! Down they go! Nice one! Down they go! Woohoo! You got him! Woohoo! You got him! You got one, Cap! You took one down! Go, Captain! Nice one! Good job, Cap! Way to go, Cap! Nice one. Nice one. Down they go. Down they go. Ooh, that was clean. Oh, that was clean. Got him. Got him. Real smooth. Real smooth. Real slick. Real slick. Real slick. Real slick. Oh, you got him. Oh, you got him. Take cover. You're hurt. Careful, you're hurt. Take cover. Take cover. You're hurt. You're hurt. Careful, you're hurt. Careful, you're hurt. Take cover. You're hurt. Careful, you're hurt. Hunker down, Cap. Get cover, Cap. Hunker down, Cap. Hunker down, Cap. Get cover, Cap. Get cover, Cap. Get cover, Cap. Hunker down, Cap. Get cover, Cap. Look out, Cap. Patch yourself up, Captain. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. You okay, Cap? Captain, are you okay? Cap, you're bleeding. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. Patch yourself up, Captain. Patch yourself up, Captain. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. You okay, Cap? You okay, Cap? Captain, are you okay? Captain, are you okay? Cap, you're bleeding. Cap, you're bleeding. Look out, Cap. Patch yourself up, Captain. Look out, Cap. You're hurt. You okay, Cap? Captain, are you okay? Cap, you're bleeding. Here they come. Here they come. Incoming. Incoming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Watch out. Watch out. Get ready. Get ready. Captain, look out. Captain, look out. Look out. Look out! Here we go! Here we go! Let's go! Let's go! Eyes up! Eyes up! Okay! Here we go! Okay! Here we go! I'm ready for this! I'm ready for this! All together! All together! We can handle this! We can handle this! We got this! We got this! This'll be quick! This'll be quick! Let's end this quick! Let's end this quick! Everyone all right? Everyone all right? That's the last of them! That's the last of them! Woo! We made it! Woo! We made it! You okay, Captain? You okay, Captain? Got 'em all! Got 'em all! We did it! We did it! You guys all right? You guys all right? Everybody okay? Great. Everybody okay? Great. Don't mess with us. Don't mess with us. Wow, not even a scratch. Wow, not even a scratch. Woo! Nice work! Woohoo! Nice work! Look at us. Look at us. We're pretty good at this. We're pretty good at this. Wow, great work. Wow, great work. Not even a scratch. Not even a scratch. This might be tough. This might be tough. Oh, this looks bad. Oh, this looks bad. Stand together. Stand together. It's gonna be okay. We got this. It's gonna be okay. We got this. I have your back. I have your back. I got your back, Captain. I got your back, Captain. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oops. Pardon. Oops. Pardon. Hey, Captain. Hey, Captain. Sorry. Am I in your way? Sorry. Am I in your way? Hi, Cap. Hi, Cap. Well, hey there. Well, hey there. Where were we? Where were we? So, like I was saying. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? What were we talking about? What were we talking about? It burns! Get it off! Get it off! I'm bleeding! Shit! Shit! My eyes! I can't see! My legs! Whoops! Darn Keeping quiet, Cap. Keeping quiet, Cap. Okay, gone quiet. Okay, gone quiet. Not a peep from me. Not a peep from me. Got it. Inside voices. Got it. Inside voices. Got it. Heads down. Got it. Heads down. Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Whoa, careful. Whoa, careful. Whoa, careful. Whoa, careful. Look out. Look out. Shh. Someone's there. Shh. Someone's there. Don't make a sound. Don't make a sound. Shh. They're close. Shh. They're close.
Can we talk? Can we talk? Got a sec? Got a sec? Hey, Cap. Can we talk? 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 Can we chat? Can we chat? You got a minute? You got a minute? Let's talk when you're free. Let's talk when you're free. We need to talk.